أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا سبحانه هو الغني له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض إن عندكم من سلطان بهذا أتقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون قل إن الذين يفترون على الله الكذب لا يفلحون متاع في الدنيا ثم إلينا مرجعهم ثم نذيقهم العذاب الشديد بما كانوا يكفرون رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي نستغفر الله ربنا من كل ذنب ونتوب إليك ربنا زدنا علما اللهم يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Surah Yunus, ayah number 68. Surah Yunus, ayah number 68. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا. They say that Allah has taken a son. Subhana, glory be to Him. هو الغني, He is above all wants. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. He owns the heavens, He owns whatever is in the heavens and the earth. إن عندكم من سلطان بهذا. You do not have with you any authority for this. أتقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون. Are you saying things against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what you do not know? قل, ayah number 69, Surah Yunus. قل إن الذين يفترون على الله الكذب لا يفلحون. Say that verily those people who make up lies against Allah, they will never succeed. متاع في الدنيا, they will have an enjoyment in this worldly life. ثم إلينا مرجعهم, then to us they will be returned. ثم نذيقهم العذاب الشديد بما كانوا يكفرون. Then we will make them taste the severe punishment because of what they used to disbelieve in. Now we begin ayah number 71, it's the story of Nuh alayhi salam. So again, Surah Yunus is a Makki surah and its focus is on Tawheed, the belief in one God and the belief in the Day of Judgment. So a lot of the things are, a lot of the conversations here is focusing on that belief. So Nuh alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings out, وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ نُوحٍ, and recite unto them the news of Nuh alayhi salam. إِذْ قَالَ لِقَوْمِهِ, when he said to his nation, يَا قَوْمْ, O my people, إِنْ كَانَ كَبُرَ عَلَيْكُمْ مَقَامِي وَتَذْكِيرِي, if it's heavy on you, my position and my reminding, me reminding you and telling you it's difficult on you, بِآيَاتِ of the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَعَلَى اللَّهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ, then I'm only going to depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَأَجْمِعُوا أَمْرَكُمْ وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ, so gather your plans, وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ, and your partners. ثُمَّ لَا يَكُنْ أَمْرُكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ, then let not your plan be on you any distress. غُمَّةً ثُمَّ قُضُوا, and then try and execute that plan. إِلَيَّ وَلَا تُنظِرُونَ, execute that plan towards me and do not give me any respite, do not give me any time. So Nuh alayhi salam is telling them that, if you're not happy with what I'm saying, then go ahead and plan against me and plot against me. Do not give me any time. فَإِن تَوَلَّيْتُمْ, but if you turn away from that, فَمَا سَأَلْتُكُم مِّنْ أَجْرٍ, and I'm not asking you for any reward. Me calling you to Islam and telling you to obey one God, I'm not asking you for any reward. I'm not doing it for my own reason, for my own interest. In ajriya illa ala Allah, my reward is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here we see that the people who work for deen should not fix a price for their work. Right? When you call for people for Islam, you should not say, if you pay me this much, I'm going to do this for you. No, the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are not to be sold with a price. وَأُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, and I've been commanded to be among those who have submitted themselves. فَكَذَّبُوهُ, then if they denied him, فَنَجَّيْنَاهُ, so they denied him, فَنَجَّيْنَاهُ, so we rescued him, وَمَنْ مَعَهُ فِي الْفُلْكِ, and whoever was with Nuh alayhi salam in a ship, فِي الْفُلْكِ, وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ خَلَائِفَ, and we made Nuh alayhi salam and his people خَلَائِفَ, successors in the land. وَأَغْرَقْنَا الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, and we drowned those people who denied our ayat. فَانْظُرْ كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُنذِرِينَ, and look what was the end of those people who were warned. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Meccans, look what happened to Nuh alayhi salam, and Allah is telling us today that look what happened to the Meccans and Nuh alayhi salam for rejecting the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so what happened? Rain came down for 6 months. It was raining for 6 months straight. And that was the punishment given to the nation of Nuh alayhi salam. And it took 40 days for the water to dry. Right? It's a huge flood and rain that came and drowned all of them. ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَا مِن بَعْدِهِ رُسُلًا. Then after that, ayah number 74, Surah Yunus. Then we sent after them rusulan, messengers, ila qawmihim, to their people. فَجَاءُهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. These messengers came to them with clear proofs. فَمَا كَانُوا لِيُؤْمِنُوا بِمَا كَذَّبُوا. And they were not to believe in what بِمَا كَذَّبُوا بِهِ مِنْ قَبْلِ, in what the people before them have denied him. كَذَلِكَ نَطْبَعُ عَلَى قُلُوبِ الْمُعْتَدِينَ. And that is how we seal the hearts of those people who transgress. Ayah number 75. ثُمَّ بَعَثْنَا مِن بَعْدِهِمْ مُوسَى وَهَارُونَ. Then after that, we sent Musa and Harun alayhi salam إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَئِهِ, to Fir'aun and his chiefs, بِآيَاتِنَا, with clear signs. فَاسْتَكْبَرُوا. And they were arrogant. وَكَانُوا قَوْمًا مُجْرِمِينَ. And they were a nation that were committing sins, committing crimes. فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ الْحَقُّ. When the truth came, مِنْ عِنْدِنَا, from us, قَالُوا, they said, إِنَّ هَذَا لَسِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. They said this is a clear magic. We talked about the story of Musa alayhi salam when he went to Fir'aun, and Fir'aun and his people said this is clear magic. Ayah number 77, Surah Yunus. قَالَ Musa. So Musa said, أَتَقُولُونَ لِلْحَقِّ لَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ. Are you saying that truth has come? Do you say this of the truth when it has come to you? So Musa said, are you saying this when the truth has come to you? أَسِحْرٌ هَذَا. Is sorcery? This is a sorcery. وَلَا يُفْلِحُ السَّاحِرُونَ. Surely the sorcerers will never be successful. قَالُوا. They said, أَجِئْتَنَا. Have you come? أَجِئْتَنَا لِتَلْفِتَنَا عَمَّا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهِ آبَاءَنَا. Have you come to divert us from what we found our forefathers on? You're going to change our forefathers' religion. وَتَكُونَ لَكُمَ الْكِبْرِيَا. And so that you too will have greatness in the land, fill out. You're coming to become great because when people follow you, you want to be dominant. Is that why you're telling us to obey you? وَمَا نَحْنُ لَكُمَا بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. And we're not going to give in to you, we're not going to submit to you. وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنَ. So Fir'aun said, ائْتُونِي بِكُلِّ سَاحِرٍ عَلِيمٍ. Get every single knowledgeable sorcerer. So what does he do? Instead of accepting Musa alayhi salam's message, he says, no, this is a magic. I'm going to get all the sorcerers to attack you and plan against you. فَلَمَّا جَاءَ السَّحَرَةُ. When the sorcerers came, قَالَ لَهُمْ مُوسَى. Then Musa alayhi salam said to them, أَلْقُوا مَا أَنْتُمْ مُلْقُونَ. Throw whatever you have to throw. فَلَمَّا أَلْقَوْا. When they threw, قَالَ مُوسَى مَا جِئْتُمْ بِهِ السِّحْرُ. Musa alayhi salam said, whatever you have come up with, this is clear magic. إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَيُبْطِلُ. Allah will nullify and destroy this magic. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُصْلِحُ عَمَلَ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Allah does not fix the deed of the mischief makers. وَيُحِقُّ اللَّهُ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enforces the truth with His words. وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ. Even if the criminals detest. Right? This is what happened when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it is truth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make the truth nullify the falsehood. Ayah number 83, Surah Yunus. فَمَا آمَنَ لِمُوسَى إِلَّا ذُرِّيَّةٌ مِّن قَوْمِهِ. No one believed in Musa alayhi salam except his own progeny from his nation, except a few from his own nation. عَلَى. Why did they not accept? عَلَى خَوْفٍ مِّن فِرْعَوْنَ. Because of the fear of Fir'aun, that if they accept, they will be in big trouble. وَمَلَئِهِ. And the fear of his chieftains. أَنْ يَفْتِنَهُمْ. That they will persecute them. وَإِنَّ فِرْعَوْنَ لَعَالٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Verily Fir'aun was a tyrant in the land. وَإِنَّهُ لَمِنَ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. And he was among those who was committing excess. وَقَالَ Musa. And then Musa alayhi salam said, Ya qawm, O my people, in kuntum amantum billah. If you have believed in Allah, فَعَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلُوا. Put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in kuntum muslimin, if you are Muslims. So Fir'aun said, if you accept the message of Musa alayhi salam, you'll be persecuted, right? I'm going to kill all of you and cut your hands to the opposite sides. So the Musa alayhi salam is telling his people, don't be scared of Fir'aun, put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ayah number 85, Surah Yunus. فَقَالُوا. And so they said, عَلَى اللَّهِ تَوَكَّلْنَا. We rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. رَبَّنَا لَا تَجْعَلْنَا فِتْنَةً لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. O our Master, do not make us a trial for the people committing injustice. What does this mean? This means that Ya Allah, do not make us the object of their trial. You know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to punish someone, you know, He's going to use some people to mislead them, right? So, for example, if Allah wants to mislead Fir'aun and make him and throw him in hellfire, He's going to make him do a lot of injustice. And injustice, well, it's going to meaning like killing people. And who are those people? It's going to be Bani Israel. So they are saying, Ya Allah, do not make us the object of their trial, of His trial. And this dua comes quite a bit for different prophets. Ya Allah, do not make us fitnatan lil qawmi, make us a trial for them. Don't use us as to make their trial difficult. Do not make us as the party that is persecuted in their hands. فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين, and rescue us by your mercy from the disbelieving nation. وأوحينا إلى موسى, so we revealed to Musa عليه السلام وأخيه and his brother أن تبوأ لقومكما, that you provide houses for them بمصر بيوت, that you provide houses for your nation in Egypt. وَجَعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ, and make your houses as a qibla, a prayer place, and establish salah. It's a very important message here for us. You know, when a nation, when you don't have the power, when there's a tyrant ruling over a nation, Allah is saying, don't fight the tyrant, don't go and change the system. Rather, you have to change people's heart. Work within your homes and make every single home into a masjid. That every single home, the father, mother should take care of should take their kids and teach them and protect their iman. Keep all of them their homes and teach them and make your homes as masjid. Now we have to look into our homes, and our homes like masjid, or is this just entertainment and all kinds of nonsense? We have to check, So Allah is saying, when a nation, when you can't change the system, you change people's heart. And that's exactly what Allah is saying, Musa alayhi salam, every single house should be a learning center. وَجَعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ, and establish prayer, وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and give good news to those who believe. A lot of people blame the schools, blame the environment, blame outside world for the kids' behavior. But what's really the real thing that needs to be blamed is the house environment. Because if the house environment is good, no matter how much filth is out there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect them. Right? They will be protected. So it's very important, the house environment, that you have to take care of your kids' education. That this is, it's on me. Don't let it on someone else to take care of them. So وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and give good news to the believers. وَقَالَ مُوسَى, ayah number 88, Surah Yunus. So Musa alayhi salam said, رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ أَتَيْتَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَأَهُ زِينَةً وَأَمْوَالًا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. O our Master, you have given Pharaoh and his chiefs zina and amwal, grandeur and riches in this dunya. You made them rich and powerful, Ya Allah. رَبَّنَا لِيُضِلُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِكَ, so that they lead people astray, to take the people away from your path. You have given them a lot, Ya Allah. رَبَّنَا اطْمِسْ عَلَى أَمْوَالِهِمْ. This is the dua of Musa alayhi salam against his nation. O our Master, اطمس على أموالهم, destroy, obliterate their wealth. واشتد على قلوبهم, and make their hearts hard. فلا يؤمنوا, so that they never believe. حتى يروا العذاب الأليم, until they see the painful punishment. Musa alayhi salam gave up. Like, I've done so much to Fir'aun, that's it, so Ya Allah, destroy them. قَالَ قَدْ أُجِيبَتْ دَعْوَتُكُمَا. Allah said, both of your du'as are answered. فَاسْتَقِيمَا, so stay steadfast. وَلَا تَتَّبِعَانِ سَبِيلَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, and do not follow the path of those who do not know. Do not turn back on your du'a now. This is a du'a that you want Fir'aun to be destroyed, that will happen. وَجَاوَزْنَا بِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ, and we crossed with Bani Israel al-Bahr, the sea. فَأَتْبَعَهُمْ فِرْعَوْنُ وَجُنُودُهُ بَغْيًا وَعَدْوًا. So Pharaoh and his people, pursued them, came after them in outrage and aggression. حَتَّى إِذَا أَدْرَكَهُ الْغَرَقُ, and to the point that they were almost drowned. They all أَدْرَكَهُ الْغَرَقُ. Then what does he say? قَالَ آمَنْتُ. Now he says, I believe, آمَنْتُ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا الَّذِي آمَنَتْ بِهِ بَنُو إِسْرَائِيلَ وَأَنَا مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. He says, now I believe that there is no one worthy of worship except the one whom Bani Israel have believed in. وَأَنَا مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, and I am among the Muslims. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds to that, and now you're going to accept. وَقَدْ عَصَيْتَ, when you were disobeying a few seconds ago, and you were just running after Musa and Bani Israel. Now you're saying, I believe in them. oh, what an iman you have, right? وَكُنْتَ مِنَ الْمُفْسِدِينَ, and you were among the mischief makers. فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ, Allah says, today we are going to preserve your body. فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً, so that you be an ayah for those who come after you. There are different words for body, and the word that's used here is badan, right? This jism, this badan. So badan is a kind of body where the blood is all there, like it's not decomposed, it's like preserved, everything is intact. So badanik, Allah says, because Allah is going to preserve it in a way that everything will be intact, that nothing will eat him, so that he can be an ayah for the people who come after. And we know there's a museum, you have Fir'aun's body, right? It's an ayah for people, and that's the promise of Allah. بِبَدَنِكَ لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً, so that you become a sign for people who come after you. وَإِنَّ كَثِيرًا مِنَ النَّاسِ عَنْ آيَاتِنَا لَغَافِلُونَ, but verily many people are heedless from our signs. وَلَقَدْ بَوَّأْنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ, ayah number 93, Surah Yunus. Verily we settled Bani Israel مُبَوَّأَ صِدْقٍ, a settlement of dignity. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ, and we provided them with good things. فَمَا اخْتَلَفُوا حَتَّى جَاءَهُمُ الْعِلْمِ, they did not differ, they didn't have any disagreement until the knowledge has come to them. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ يَقْضِي بَيْنَهُمْ, verily your Lord will decide between them يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, on the day of judgment. فِيمَا كَانُوا فِيهِ يَخْتَلِفُونَ, in what they used to differ in. فَإِن كُنْتَ فِي شَكٍّ مِمَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ, Allah says, if you are in any doubt with what has come down to you, فَاسْأَلِ الَّذِينَ يَقْرَؤُونَ الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ, Allah is telling the Meccans that if you are in any doubt regarding the Prophet ﷺ and the Quran, then ask the people who those who read the book before you. لَقَدْ جَاءَكَ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ, verily the truth has come from your master. فَلَا تَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْمُمْتَرِينَ, do not be among those who are skeptic, who are in doubt. وَلَا تَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ, and do not be among those who deny, who reject our ayat. فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ, and they became among the losers. وَإِنَّ الَّذِينَ حَقَّتْ عَلَيْهِمْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, verily the word of your master has become mandated, has become due on those who do not believe. What is that? That it has, Allah has already written on him that they will be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deprive them of Allah's mercy. They will be deprived of Allah's mercy, and that's the promise of Allah. لا يؤمنون ولو جاءتهم كل آية حتى يروا العذاب الأليم, and Allah is saying that they will not believe no matter how many signs. If all the signs come to them, they will not believe until the painful punishment has come. By showing Fir'aun's story, Allah is saying, you Meccans are exactly following Fir'aun's way. You're not going to believe, you're going to, unless you see the punishment, you're not going to believe. فَلَوْلَا كَانَتْ قَرْيَةٌ آمَنَتْ فَنَفَعَهَا إِيمَانُهَا إِلَّا قَوْمَ يُونُس. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, unlike Fir'aun's declaration of belief and iman when he saw the punishment, you have Yunus alayhi salam, who's Yunus alayhi salam's nation, that when they saw the punishment and they repented, their repentance was actually accepted. And so Allah is saying, فَلَوْلَا كَانَتْ قَرْيَةٌ آمَنَتْ فَنَفَعَهَا إِيمَانُهَا, that there is no nation which believed, whose iman believed or benefited them, إِلَّا قَوْمَ Yunus, except the people of Yunus. لَمَّا آمَنُوا, when they believed, كَشَفْنَا عَنْهُمْ عَذَابَ الْخِزْيِ, we removed from them the painful punishment, the punishment of disgrace. في الحياة الدنيا, in the worldly life, ومتعناهم إلى حين, and we made them enjoy for a little time. So what happened with Yunus alayhi salam's nation? Yunus alayhi salam called his people for 7 years. And what happened? Obviously rejected Yunus alayhi salam, and he said, if you don't accept, in 3 days the punishment of Allah will come. And so what happened? 2 days went by, 2.5 days, and then Yunus alayhi salam just leaves the city, right, without Allah's punishment, because he was waiting for the punishment. Without 3 days were not over, and then he just leaves the city. And then what happens is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishes him, punishes him for leaving the city by putting him in the stomach of the whale for some time, because he kind of disobeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then he was forgiven after some time, and so he came out. And then what happened, when 3 days were over, so 2.5 days, when 3 days actually reached, they saw the clouds coming towards them, the nation of Yunus alayhi salam. And when they saw this, all of them gathered, they all came out in the open land. فَإِنَّمَا يَهْتَدِي لِنَفْسِهِ. He is only doing it for himself. He's only benefiting himself. وَمَنْ ضَلَّ. And whoever goes astray, فَإِنَّمَا يَضِلُّ عَلَيْهَا. Him going astray is only gonna harm him. وَمَا أَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِوَكِيلٍ. I'm not a guardian over you. I am not someone who's going to control what you do. وَاتَّبِعْ مَا يُوحَى إِلَيْكَ. And follow what has been communicated to you. وَاصْبِرْ. And be patient. حَتَّى يَحْكُمَ اللَّهُ. Until Allah's decision comes, until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides between the believers and disbelievers. وَهُوَ خَيْرُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. And Allah is the best of those who judges. Right, that's how Surah Yunus comes to an end. That what the Prophet ﷺ is told here is that you have to continue your da'wah and you cannot change hearts. Leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be patient and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will protect you and the punishment will come on those who deny. We move on to the next surah, Surah Al-Hud. Surah Al-Hud, and this is a Makki surah as well, and it's almost a continuation of Surah Yunus. A lot of the content in Surah Hud is very similar to the previous surah we did, Surah Yunus. And the method of da'wah in this surah is direct and very firm. It's very harsh. And the challenge, the Prophet ﷺ and the Muslims were going through a very tough challenge at this time, right? A lot severe persecution late. Makki surah, a lot of persecution. The Muslims were in difficult times. And it's something interesting. The Prophet ﷺ was once sitting, and Abu Bakr looks at the gray hair the Prophet ﷺ, started having, and he says, "Ya Rasulullah, I see that you start having gray hair. You're getting older." And then Prophet ﷺ says, "Yes, of course, because Hud and his sister surahs made me old." Right? Shayyabatni Hud. Right? That he says that Hud and his sisters made my hair turn gray. Right? What does that mean? The message in this is very firm. And the stress level, it increased. Right? That the Prophet ﷺ was want to protect the ummah, but then they're heading towards destruction. And here you have clear ayah stories of the past showing how they were destroyed. The Prophet ﷺ was really, scared about this, so he started having gray hair. So that is the surah, Surah Al-Hud. We begin, and Makki surah focus on focus on Iman, and the stories of the Prophet are mentioned in detail. We kind of talked about this in A'raf, and this also has a lot of similarities with Surah A'raf. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را كتاب أحكمت آياته. ألف لام را حروف المقطعات, we don't know what they mean, and every time حروف المقطعات are mentioned, there is a mention of the book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the book. So Allah says, Kitabun, a book, uhkimat ayatuhu. Its ayat are made perfect. Thumma fussilat min ladun hakimin khabir. And then it has been clarified in detail. Min ladun hakimin khabir. From the all-wise and all-aware. Allah ta'budu illa Allah. That you worship none besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innani lakum minhu nadhirun wa bashir. Verily I am to you a clear warner and a giver of good news from Him. Nadhir and Bashir. These two qualities are important for the entire. You'll see this in the entire surah, that a messenger came to give good news to the believers and warn the disbelievers. And so Allah is saying, I am doing the same thing. وَأَنْ وَنِسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ. And that you seek the forgiveness of your master. ثُمَّ تُوبُوا إِلَيْهِ. And turn in repentance to Him. يُمَتِّعْكُمْ مَتَاعًا حَسَنًا. And if you turn in repentance to Him, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you enjoy a good life. إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. Till its specified time. وَيُؤْتِ كُلَّ ذِي فَضْلٍ فَضْلًا. And every single soul will be rewarded for what it earned. For its favor, it will be rewarded. Meaning for your iman and amil salihat, Allah will reward you. وَإِن تَوَلَّوْا. But if you turn away, فَإِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ كَبِيرٍ. I fear that the punishment of a great day will come on you. Surah Hud, ayah number 4. إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ. To Allah alone is your return. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٍ. And He is in full control over all things. أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ يَثْنُونَ صُدُورَهُمْ لِيَسْتَخْفُوا مِنْ. No doubt, they indeed turn their chest to conceal from the Prophet ﷺ. أَلَا حِينَ يَسْتَغْشُونَ ثِيَابَهُمْ. No doubt, when they are wrapped themselves up in their clothes, يَعْلَمُ مَا يُسِرُّونَ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ. He knows what they hide and what they disclose. إِنَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Verily Allah knows what the chest conceals. So here the The disbelievers, when they would see the Prophet ﷺ coming, they would try and hide and turn away from him and not talk to him. So Allah is saying, no, even if you cover yourself with clothes and and turn away from him, know that Allah knows whatever you conceal and whatever you disclose. وَأُمَا مِن دَابَةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And the example of that is, Allah says, وَمَا مِن دَابَةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And not a single creature that crawls on the earth, إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ رِزْقُهَا. Except that its rizq is in the hands of Allah. Not a single creature, whether on 2 legs or 4 legs, or whatever legs and whatever creatures on the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the sustenance is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَعْلَمُ مُسْتَقَرَّهَا. He knows his living place, وَمُسْتَوْدَعَهَا, and his resting place. Allah knows where he will be buried and resurrected. كُلٌّ فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Everything is written in a clear book. That it's foolish to hide, because he knows the tiniest thing. He knows the tiniest hole of an insect, and wherever it may be, and whatever you do, he knows everything there is. It's foolish to turn away from him. وَهُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And he is the one who created the heavens and the earth. فِي سِتَّةِ أَيَّامٍ. In 6 days. وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. And before the creation of the heavens and the earth, his kingdom was on top of water. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ. And he created the heavens and the earth. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. So that he can test who of you does the best deed. وَلَئِنْ قُلْتَ إِنَّكُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ. And if you say to them that you will be resurrected مِنْ بَعْدِ الْمَوْتِ, after death, they will لَيَقُولَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Those people who disbelieve will say, إِنْ هَذَا لَسِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. Verily, this is a clear magic. That you tell them, just recite this Quran to them and tell them that the day of judgment is coming, they will say no, and they will say this is clear magic. The fact that they said magic shows that Quran had some effect on them. وَلَئِنْ أَخَّرْنَا عَنْهُمُ الْعَذَابِ. If we delay the azab for them إِلَى أُمَّةٍ مَعْدُودَةٍ, until a set time, لَيَقُولُنَّ مَا يَحْبِسُ. They will say, what detains it? Why is it not coming? أَلَا يَوْمَ يَأْتِيهِمْ. No doubt, for sure, when it comes, لَيْسَ مَصْرُوفًا عَنْهُمْ. No one can turn it away from them. وَحَاقَ بِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. And this punishment will encircle them because of what they used to mock at. And you will see this, Allah setting up the stage for the stories to come and how these things happen in reality. That the punishment encircled them because of their mockery. وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنَّا رَحْمَةً. And if we make human being taste mercy, right? If they are happy, ثُمَّ نَزَعْنَاهَا مِنْهُ, and we remove it from them, إِنَّهُ لَيَئُوسٌ كَفُورٌ. Then he becomes ungrateful and he becomes hopeless. Right? Allah says, when we give them something and take it away from them, they reject Allah and turn away from Him, and they question Him, why is Allah doing this to us? وَلَئِنْ أَذَقْنَاهُ نَعْمَاءَ بَعْدَ ضَرَّاءٍ مَسَّتْهُ. And if we make him taste something good after something bad has touched them, لَيَقُولَنَّ ذَهَبَ السَّيِّئَاتُ عَنِّي. He says, the evil has gone away from me. إِنَّهُ لَفَرِحٌ فَخُورٌ. Verily, he is very arrogant and boastful. That Allah is saying, when something bad happens to them, they blame Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When something good happens to them, they say, good job. They just, they appreciate themselves, not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا. Except for those people who are patient. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. And do righteous deeds. أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةٌ. They will have the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. And a great reward. فَلَعَلَّكَ تَارِكٌ بَعْضَ مَا يُوحَى إِلَيْكَ. And perhaps you would want to omit some of the things that have been revealed to you. بعد ما يوحى إليك وضائق به صدرك. And your chest gets constricted. أن يقولون that of their saying. When they say something, your chest gets constricted. And what does it mean? You will omit some things from the revelation, that you would wish that you would remove some things that the Quraysh don't like. Allah is saying you wish to do that, and your chest is constricted. أن يقولوا, of their saying. What were they saying? لولا أنزل عليه كنز أو جاء معه ملك. That they were demanding from Prophet ﷺ, why didn't a treasure came down from the sky, or why did the angel come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? إنما أنت نذير. Tell them you are only a warner. والله على كل شيء وكيل. And Allah is the wakil over all things. That Allah is telling the Prophet ﷺ, you should not be scared of them. You continue your message. I am the wakil. You have to case on me, I will take care of you and protect you. أَمْ يَقُولُونَ افْتَرَى Are they saying that he has made up the Quran, that's making up? قُلْ فَأْتُوا بِعَشْرِ سُوَرٍ مِثْلِهِ If that's the case, then this is a challenge of the Quran. It came a few times in the past, and Allah challenges them again. Then bring them, so bring عَشْرِ سُوَرٍ Bring at least 10 surahs and call whoever you want as help besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in kuntum sadiqeen, if you are truthful. This is the challenge of the Quran, that bring 10 surahs, not 10 surahs, 10 something like the surahs of the Quran. فَإِن لَمْ يَسْتَجِيبُوا لَكُمْ Then if you cannot do it, if you cannot make a Quran like a surah like the Quran, and if you don't answer to it, فَعْلَمُوا Then know أَنَّمَا أُنزِلَ بِعِلْمِ اللَّهِ That this has been sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's not a human kalam, this is the kalam of a human being, this is the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَن لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُ And say that there is no one worthy of worship except Him. فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ Then are you Muslims yet? If you can't accept, and you accept that you cannot make it like this, then why aren't you Muslim? Aren't you Muslim yet? فَهَلْ أَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ مَنْ كَانَ يُرِيدُ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا وَزِينَتَهَا Whoever desires for this worldly life and its beautification, نُوَفِّ إِلَيْهِمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ Allah will pay them for their deeds. فِيهَا وَهُمْ فِيهَا لَا يُبْخَسُونَ أَعْمَالَهُمْ فِيهَا Allah will pay them for their deeds in it. وَهُمْ فِيهَا لَا يُبْخَسُونَ And they will not be lessened in anything. Allah will pay them exactly for what they did, because they worked for this dunya. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ لَيْسَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ إِلَّا النَّارِ But those people, they will have nothing in the hereafter except fire. وَحَبِطَ مَا صَنَعُوا فِيهَا وَبَاطِلٌ And everything will be, whatever they have done will be wasted. وَبَاطِلٌ And void will become مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ What they were doing. Whatever they were doing will become void. So these are people who worked for the dunya and did not work for the hereafter. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring the scholars up, and He will say, tell me what you have done in dunya. And they will say, Ya Allah, we studied your deen and we understood and helped the people, for your cause. Allah says, you have lied. You only did it for worldly benefit, so that you can have a good name, so that you can become popular and people will start following you and praise you. And you got what you wanted. You got the money, you got the status, you got the position. Today, you have nothing. لَيْسَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ إِلَّا النَّارِ You have nothing in the hereafter, and they will be thrown in Jahannam. The scholars, right, who did not work sincerely for Allah's cause. And then a generous person will be brought forward, and Allah will ask, tell me what you did. Says, I spent the money for your cause, Ya Allah, sincerely. I'll say, no, you have lied. You did it for the dunya. So people will say, you are rich and you are a generous person. Today you have nothing, and he will be thrown in Jahannam. And then a martyr, shaheed, will be brought forward, the one who gave up his life in the battlefield. Allah will say, tell me what you have done. Says, Ya Allah, I have fought for your cause, and I gave up my life for you. And Allah says, no, you have lied. You will be thrown in Jahannam because you did it. So the people will say, you are brave. And so these people will be thrown in Jahannam. These will be the first people to be thrown in Jahannam. Why? Because they did not do their deeds for hereafter, but for the beautification and for the benefit of this life. May Allah subhanahu not make us among these people. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ عَلَى بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّهِ So the one who is on clear evidence from his master, وَيَتْلُوهُ شَاهِدٌ مِّنْ And there follows him a witness, meaning Jibreel alayhi salam, follows and is a witness for him. وَمِنْ قَبْلِهِ كِتَابُ مُوسَى إِمَامًا وَرَحْمًا And before him was the book of Musa alayhi salam as a guide and mercy. أُولَٰئِكَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ Those are the people who believe in him. Those are the people who believe in him. So Allah is saying that the answer to the condition is not mentioned. The one who is on clear evidence from his master and follows the shaheed, right? The shahidun minhum, meaning Jibreel alayhi salam, and the one who came before to Musa alayhi salam, can he be equal? The answer is basically like, the one who follows this will be in Jannah, but the answer is not mentioned. أُولَٰئِكَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِهِ Those are the ones who believe. وَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِهِ مِنَ الْأَحْزَابِ فَالنَّارُ مَوْعِدُ And those who disbelieve in it, of the groups, فَالنَّارُ مَوْعِدُ Then fire will be their promise. فَلَا تَكُ فِي مِرْيَةٍ مِّنْ Do not be any doubt about it. إِنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ It is certainly the truth from your master. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ But most people do not have iman. وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنِ افْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا And who can can be who can be worse than the one who makes up lies against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? أُولَٰئِكَ يُعْرَضُونَ عَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ. Such people will be submitted, will be presented to their master. وَيَقُولُ الْأَشْهَادُ. And the witnesses will say, هَؤُلَاءِ الَّذِينَ كَذَبُوا عَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ. These are the ones who lied against their master. أَلَا لَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ. Surely the curse of Allah will be on the transgressors. الَّذِينَ يَصُدُّونَ. Who are the transgressors? Those people who prevent from the way of Allah, who stop the people from the way of Allah. وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجٍ. And they desire to be crooked. They desire the wrong path. وَهُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ كَافِرُونَ. And there are those people who are disbelievers in the hereafter. أُولَٰئِكَ لَمْ يَكُونُوا مُعْجِزِينَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Such people cannot escape in the earth. وَمَا كَانَ لَهُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ مِنْ أَوْلِيَاءَ. Nor are they for them anyone besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as friends. They have no friends besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يُضَاعَفُ لَهُمُ الْعَذَابِ. Their punishment will be multiplied, will be doubled for them. مَا كَانُوا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ السَّمْعَ وَمَا كَانُوا يُبْصِرُونَ. Because they did not afford to listen to the revelation of the Quran, and they did not see through and understand this book. Ayah number 21, Surah Hud. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ. Those are the people who have lost themselves. وَضَلَّ عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَفْتَرُونَ. And whatever they have made up, whatever lies they made up has strayed them away from the straight path. لَا جَرَمَ أَنَّهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ هُمُ الْأَخْسَرُونَ. No doubt they are going to be the worst. They are going to be the ones who are in great loss in the hereafter. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. But those people who have iman, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. And do righteous deeds, وَأَخْبَتُوا إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ. And they humble themselves. An important quality to highlight. They humble themselves, akhbatu, that they cry in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they're not shy to be humble in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They akhbatu, they lower themselves and cry, ulaika ashabul jannah. Those are the people of Jannah, hum fiha khalidun. They will remain in it forever and ever. So the month of Ramadan is the best time to show our akhbatu, our humbleness and humility towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Cry and beg Allah for help and for His forgiveness. Ayah number 24. مثل الفريقين كالأعمى والأصم والبصير والسميع هل يستويان مثلا. The example of the two groups is like one group is blind and deaf, and the other one is someone who can see and hear. Can they be equal? هل يستويان مثلا. Can they be equal? أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Then will you not take heed? This is the ayah that leads into the stories of the Prophet. That there are two groups. One group, in this dunya there are only two groups. One group sees and hears revelation and understands it. The other group turns a blind eye and a deaf ear to the revelation. Can they both be equal? No, not at all. Here are the examples. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ. We begin with Nuh alayhi salam. Indeed, we sent Nuh alayhi salam to his nation. إِنِّي لَكُمْ نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. And he said, I am a clear warner to you. أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Do not worship anybody besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ أَلِيمٍ. Verily, I fear the punishment of a painful day. فَقَالَ الْمَلَأُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْ قَوْمِهِ. Those people who disbelieved from his nation, they said, and the chieftains of his nation said, مَا نَرَاكَ إِلَّا بَشَرًا مِثْلَنَا. We see that you are just a human being like us. وَمَا نَرَاكَ اتَّبَعَكَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ هُمْ أَرَاذِلُونَا بَادِيَ الرَّأْيِ. And we see that only the low people and the scum of the society, these people, poor people, only they are following you. They have no life. They are following you. We don't see someone rich. وَمَا نَرَاكَ وَمَا نَرَى عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ فَضْلٍ. And we don't see that they have any excellence, they have any power or wealth or anything. بَلْ نَظُنُّكُمْ كَاذِبِينَ. And we think that you guys are liars. For the disbelievers, for them, in their eyes, having wealth and power is better than character. Right? That's how a dunyavi person looks at. How much money do you have? How much influence? How many people follow you? That's what they look at. But they don't look at the character and the akhlaq and the truthfulness. Right? That's what they are judging the companions of the prophets with. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ. O my people, أَرَهْتِي إِن كُنْتُ عَلَى أَرَأَيْتُمْ. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِن كُنْتُ عَلَى بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّي وَآتَانِي رَحْمَةً مِّنْ عِنْدِهِ فَعُمِّيَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ أَنُلْزِمُكُمُوهَا وَأَنْتُمْ لَهَا كَارِهُونَ. So he says, says, "Oh my people, think about yourself. Think for a second. If I'm on clear proof from my master, I have clear evidence, and Allah has bestowed me with His mercy, and you turn a blind eye to it, and you don't want to listen to the revelation, then how can I force you into it when you don't want to listen to it? That I have clear guidance, and I cannot listen to you, and you're not ready to listen to the truth, and I cannot force you into it. وَيَا قَوْمِ, and my people." And what we see here is that the ones who are immersed in dunya, right? The ones who are immersed in dunya with a lot of wealth, it's very hard for them to accept Islam. It's very hard for them to accept the truth, right? So that's what we see with the people of Nuh alayhi salam. وَيَا قَوْمِ, and my people, لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ مَالًا, I don't ask you for any wealth. إِنْ أَجْرِيَ إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ, my reward is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا أَنَا بِطَارِدِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, I'm not going to drive the people away, the believers out of this land. إِنَّهُمْ مُلَاقُوا رَبِّهِمْ, they are going to meet their master. وَلَكِنِّي أَرَاكُمْ قَوْمًا تَجْهَلُونَ, but I see that you are a nation that lacks any knowledge. So these people said, no, we can't sit with you unless you get these lowly people out of here. Only then we can sit. He says, I'm not going to get them out of here because they are on truth from their master. وَيَا قَوْمِ, and my nation, مَنْ يَنْصُرُنِي مِنَ اللَّهِ إِنْ طَرَدْتُهُمْ, who will help me against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if I drive them away from here? أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ, will you not take heed? وَلَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ عِنْدِي خَزَائِنُ اللَّهِ, I don't have I don't know وَلَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ, I don't say that I own the treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا أَعْلَمُ الْغَيْبِ, and I don't know the unseen. وَلَا أَقُولُ لَكُمْ إِنِّي مَلَكٌ, and I'm not saying that I'm an angel from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا أَقُولُ لِلَّذِينَ تَزْدَرِي أَعْيُنُكُمْ, and I'm not saying that to those, I'm not going to say to those تَزْدَرِي أَعْيُنُكُمْ, whom your eyes despise. لَن يُؤْتِيهِمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا, I'm not going to say that these people have not been bestowed with goodness. They are. Allahu أَعْلَمُ بِمَا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ, Allah knows what is in ourselves. إِنِّي إِذًا لَمِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ, if I do what you are telling me to do, I will be among the wrongdoers. So Nuh alayhi salam goes on, says, قَالُوا, so they said, يَا نُوح, O Nuh, قَدْ جَادَلْتَنَا, you have argued with us. فَأَكْثَرْتَ جِدَالَنَا, you have done so much argument. Enough, you have done so much argument with us. فَأْتِنَا بِمَا تَعِدُنَا, now bring the punishment on us. Bring what you have promised us. إِن كُنْتَ مِنَ الصَّادِقِينَ, if you are truthful. Look, Nuh alayhi salam is not arguing with them, right? Nuh alayhi salam is telling them about the truth. But these people, for them, an advice seems like an argument. Right? When you say something true to the people, when they don't like it, they will think that this is argument. And this happens with some kids, right? A teacher tries to advise them and tells them the truth, but they say, oh, and they tell the parents, and the parents are like, how dare you argue? How dare they start arguing, right? The parents start arguing with the teacher, saying, how dare you say that such and such thing to me? Instead of taking this as advice, they turn against the teacher and blame the teacher for arguing. Right? It's not arguing, it's just telling you what's wrong. And that's exactly what these people are saying. You argued with us much, don't, bring the punishment on us. قال إنما يأتيكم به الله, he said, only إنما يأتيكم, Allah will bring it if He wants. وما أنتم بمعجزين, and He will not escape that punishment. ولا ينفعكم نصحي, and my sincere advice will not benefit you. إن أردت أن أنصح لكم, if my advice will not benefit you, in aradtu an ansaha lakum, even though I want to give you a sincere advice. In kana Allah yuridu an yughwiyakum, if Allah wishes to lead you astray. That if Allah wishes to take you astray, my sincere advice will not help you at all. Huwa rabbukum, and Allah is your master. Wa ilayhi turja'un, and you will be returned to Him. أَمْ يَقُولُونَ افْتَرَى, are they saying that he has fabricated and made up this religion and his message? قُلْ إِنِ افْتَرَيْتُهُ, tell them, if I did make up something, فَعَلَيَّ إِجْرَامِي, then the sin is on me. وَأَنَا بَرِيءٌ مِمَّا تُجْرِمُونَ, and I am free from what you commit crimes. That if you say that I'm making things up, then I will bear the punishment of it. You're not responsible for it. وَأَنَا بَرِيءٌ مِمَّا تُجْرِمُونَ, and I'm free from whatever crimes you do. وَأُوحِيَ إِلَى نُوحٍ, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, it was communicated to Nuh alayhi salam, أَنَّهُ لَنْ يُؤْمِنَ مِنْ قَوْمِكَ, that your nation will not have iman. Allah told them after so much da'wah that your nation will not have iman. مِنْ قَوْمِكَ إِلَّا مَنْ قَدْ آمَنَ, except for the one who has already believed. At this point, Nuh That's it. Your da'wah is of no use. This is it. Whoever has benefited, has believed, they have believed, and no one will believe after this. فَلَا تَبْتَئِسْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. Do not be sad of what they used to do. وَاصْنَعِ الْفُلْكَ. Allah tells Nuh alayhi salam, you build a ship, بِأَعْيُنِنَا, under our supervision, وَوَحْيِنَا, and with our instruction, وَلَا تُخَاطِبْنِي فِي الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, and do not address me regarding those people who have wronged. إِنَّهُمْ مُغْرَقُونَ. They are going to be drowned. وَيَصْنَعُ الْفُلْكَ. So he started building the ship. And marine engineering was actually done by Nuh alayhi salam. Right? Constructing ship and aircraft, all of this was taught to Nuh alayhi salam before. Right? So he was building a huge ship, you can imagine. You think about Titanic, but think about this one. Right? Huge ship that's going to carry, that has to survive through waves that's going to be as high as the mountains. Right? He builds a huge ship in the middle of a desert. وَكُلَّمَا مَرَّ عَلَيْهِ مَلَأٌ مِّن قَوْمِهِ سَخِرُوا مِنْهُ. Every time a nation would pass by, they would make fun of Nuh. Oh Nuh, I think you lost your mind. Where is water? Why would you need a ship in the middle of a desert? And such a big ship, I think you have lost your mind. سَخِرُوا مِنْهُ. They'll scoff and make fun of him. قَالَ إِن تَسْخَرُوا مِنَّا. He said, if you make fun of us, فَإِنَّا نَسْخَرُ مِنْكُمْ كَمَا تَسْخَرُونَ. We will make fun of you as well, like the way you make fun of us soon. Keep watching. فَسَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. Soon you will know. مَنْ يَأْتِيهِ عَذَابٌ. On whom the punishment will come. يُخْزِيهِ. Who will be disgraced with it. وَيَحِلُّ عَلَيْهِ عَذَابٌ مُقِيمٌ. And you will see on whom the punishment will, the lasting punishment will descend on. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا. Ayah number 40, Surah Hud. Until our command came to us. The command of Allah, the punishment of Allah came to the nation. وَفَارَ التَّنُّورِ. And even the tannoor is a place where they would bake things, bread and stuff. So even that place started gushing out with water, meaning there was flood from under. قُلْ نَحْمِلْ فِيهَا. And so we said, احمل فيها, and carry in it, in the ship, مِنْ كُلِّ زَوْجَيْنِ اثْنَيْنِ. Every being of male and female in pairs. وَأَهْلَكَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَبَقَ عَلَيْهِ الْقَوْلِ. And your family, take your family with you, except those people on whom our word has come, except those people who did not have iman. وَمَنْ آمَنَ. And also take with you those who have believed. وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. And Allah says, no one believed with him except very few. Very few had iman. وَقَالَ ارْكَبُوا فِيهَا. And he said, ارْكَبُوا فِيهَا. Board on it, get onto the ship. And then the dua, he says, Bismillah, in the name of Allah. مَجْرَيْهَا وَمُرْسَاهَا. We say as its passage, with its passage and its arrival. إِنَّ رَبِّي لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Verily my master is most forgiving and most merciful. And this dua when you are riding on any vehicle, especially on flight or ship. Bismillah majreha wa mursaha. Inna Rabbi laghafurur rahim. Verily my master is most forgiving and most merciful. Wa hiya tajri bihim fi mawj. And the ship proceeded with it in waves. Fi mawjin kal jibal. In waves like mountains. And وَنَادَى نُوحٌ ابْنَهُ. And Nuh alayhi salam called out to his son. وَكَانَ فِي مَعْزِلٍ. And when he was in isolation, يَا بُنَيْ إِرْكَبْ مَعْنَا. Oh my son, ride with us. And he saw his son, in isolation, and says, ride with us. وَلَا تَكُمْ مَعَ الْكَافِرِينَ. And do not be among the disbelievers. And Nuh alayhi salam, he had 4 sons, right? Ham, Sam, Yafis and Kinana, right? And the one who disobeyed was Kinana, right? He was the son that disobeyed Allah, Nuh alayhi salam. And he says, oh my son, join me. Do not be among the disbelieving nation. Qala, he says, Sa'awi ila jabal. Today I will take refuge into a mountain. Ya'simuni min al-ma. The mountain will protect me from water. And the father says, Qala la asim al-yawm. There is no protector for you today. Min amrillah, against the command of Allah. Illa man rahim, except for those whom Allah has shown mercy. And as he's having a conversation, imagine a father begging his son, come to the ship, come on, right? Don't be like that, accept Islam, come on to the ship. And he says, no, today the mountain will take care of me. And as he's having a conversation, وَحَالَ بَيْنَهُمَ الْمَوْجِ. A huge wave came in front of him. فَكَانَ مِنَ الْمُغْرَقِينَ. It intervened, and فَكَانَ مِنَ الْمُغْرَقِينَ. And he was among those who were drowned. Right? Nuh alayhi salam, he was from the Ulul Azm, right? The 5 greatest prophet, and even he could not save his son. Right? What about us? What about us? We can't save our sons. Your parents will not help us. Nobody will help us except our own iman. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing Nuh alayhi salam. You know, like I mentioned this yesterday, higher the iman, higher the status, greater the test. So Nuh alayhi salam was from those prophets, so he had to go through this severe test, and so he had to see his own son die in front of him. وَقِيلَ يَا أَرْضُ بْلَعِي, and it was said, O earth, إِبْلَعِي مَاءَكِ, swallow your water. وَيَا سَمَاءُ أَقْلِعِي, and sky, stop the water. وَغِيضَ الْمَاء, and the water decreased. وَقُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ, and the matter was decreed. وَاسْتَوَتْ عَلَى الْجُودِ, and the ship, it stopped at Judi. It's a mountain in North Iraq, and the mountain stopped at Judi. وَقِيلَ بُعْدًا لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ, and it was said, away with the transgressing people, right? Let the transgressing people be destroyed. وَنَادَى نُوحُ رَبَّهُ, Nuh alayhi salam called out to his master. فَقَالَ, he said, رَبِّي إِنَّ بِنِي مِنْ أَهْلِي, oh my master, my son is from my family. وَإِنَّ وَعْدَكَ الْحَقِّ, and your promise is the truth. The ayat would come and they would reject. Allah knew that they will reject, that the punishment will come on them. But because Rasulullah was rahmatul lil alameen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not want his nation to be destroyed like the previous generation. Allah wants to give them time, until they die. So, فَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا, when our command came, نَجَّيْنَا صَالِحًا, we saved Salih alayhi salam. The punishment came, we saved Salih alayhi salam. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا, and we saved whoever was with him as a mercy from us. وَمِنْ خِزْيِ يَوْمِئِذٍ, and we saved them from the disgrace of that day. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ الْقَوِيُّ الْعَزِيزُ, verily your master is all powerful and almighty. وَأَخَذَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةَ, and we seized those people who transgressed with a sayha, with a huge thunderbolt, with a huge blast, an earthquake and a rain. فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ, so they became in their homes fallen prostrated. كَأَن لَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا, as if nothing existed. Right? A huge noise came, an earthquake came and destroyed all of them. It was as if كَأَن لَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا, they never existed, they never lived. أَلَا إِنَّ ثَمُودَ كَفَرُوا رَبَّهُمْ, verily Thamud denied their master. أَلَا بُعْدًا لِثَمُودَ, so away with the nation of Thamud. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا, ayah number 69, verily our messengers came. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ بِالْبُشْرَى, our messengers came to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Messengers were the angels. So angels came to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and they said, قَالُوا سَلَامًا, peace be upon you, Assalamu alaikum. قَالَ سَلَامٌ, and Ibrahim alayhi salam responds, وَعَلَيْكُمْ السَّلَامُ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ. It's better salam, because salamun is better than salaman. فَمَا لَبِثَ أَنْ جَاءَ بِعِجْلٍ حَنِيذٍ, and so not a few minutes passed, he brought a huge roasted calf. Right? What we see here is Ibrahim alayhi salam is very hospitable. Angels, guests came in the form of a human being. Right? Guests came in, he got a huge roasted calf. And so here it says, عِجْلٍ حَنِيذٍ فَلَمَّا رَأَى أَيْدِيَهُمْ, and when he saw that their hands were not reaching to it, لَا تَصِلُ إِلَيْهِ, were not reaching towards their food, نَكِرَهُمْ وَأَوْجَسَ مِنْهُمْ خِيفًا, he felt unfamiliar and there was some kind of fear and apprehension within himself. Because in those days, if someone comes to your house and they don't eat from your food, that means they came with some evil intent. They came to kill you or something, they came with evil intent. So he got scared, and the wife got scared. قَالُوا لَا تَخَفْ, they said, don't be scared. إِنَّا أُرْسِلْنَا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِ لُوطٍ, we have been sent to the nation of Lut alayhi salam. وَامْرَأَتُهُ قَائِمَةٌ فَضَحِكَتْ, and the wife who was standing by, she smiles. So what happens? They got scared, right? They got scared, thinking that they came with evil intent, or maybe they came to punish them. So when they said, we didn't come to you, don't be scared, we're going to Lut alayhi salam's nation. So the wife was okay, and فَبَشَّرْنَاهَا بِإِسْحَاقَ وَمِنْ وَرَاءِ إِسْحَاقَ يَعْقُوبَ, and we gave her the good news of Ishaq, and after Ishaq, the good news of Yaqub alayhi salam. So they also came to Ibrahim alayhi salam to give them the good news, and they're going to Lut alayhi salam to destroy. Angels came with two things, right? Bashir and Nadir, remember in the beginning of the surah, Bashir and Nadir, same thing. They came to give Bashir, Bushra, Nadir, over there. done. قالت يا ويلتا. So she said, woe to me, أَأَلِدُ, will I give birth وأنا عجوز, when I'm an old woman, وهذا بعلي شيخا, and this my husband, he's old man. إن هذا لشيء عجيب, this is a strange thing. قالوا, the angels say, أتعجبين من أمر الله, are you wondering in Allah's decree? Are you amazed with Allah's decree? رحمة الله وبركاته عليكم أهل البيت, may Allah's mercy and blessings be upon you, O أهل البيت. Ahl al-Bayt was used for the Prophet's family, same word used for Ibrahim's family. That's why in Durood we send salawat and Ali Ibrahim, Ali Muhammad, right? Ahl al-Bayt, إنه حميد مجيد, indeed you are praiseworthy and glorious. إنك حميد مجيد. Dua. فلما ذهب عن إبراهيم الروع, when the panic and the fear of Ibrahim ﷺ went away, وجاءته البشرى, and the glad tidings were given to him, يجادلنا في قوم لوط, he was arguing with the angels regarding the nation of Lut ﷺ. And Allah says, Inna Ibrahim al-Halim. Ibrahim was Halim, was most forbearing, awawun munib, and he was submissive and always repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Ibrahim is saying, give them time, don't destroy them yet. And Ibrahim knew everything, and Lut was a nephew, right? And they came at the same time. So he knew what was happening with Lut's nation, and he's saying, give them time. And he was arguing for them, the nation that did the worst crimes possible. Inna Ibrahim al-Halimun awwahum munib. He was forbearing and submissive and begging and turning towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala constantly. Ya Ibrahim, O Ibrahim, a'rid an hadha, refrain from this. Innahu qad ja'a amru rabbik, verily the command of Allah has come. Wa innahum atihim adhabun ghayru mardud, verily their punishment is going to come on them that cannot be repelled, that cannot be stopped. وَلَمَّا جَاءَتْ رُسُلُنَا لُوطًا, so when our messengers came to Lut alayhi salam, see abihim, Lut alayhi salam became distressed and sad. Why? Because his nation was known for committing homosexuality, and these two messengers came in the form of two handsome looking human beings. And see Abihim, he got scared because his people will disgrace him in front of his guests. وَضَاقَ بِهِمْ ذَرْعًا, and he felt uneasy about him. وَقَالَ هَذَا يَوْمٌ عَصِيبٌ, and he said, this is going to be a tough day. وَجَاءَهُ قَوْمُهُ, and so the people came to him. يُهْرَعُونَ إِلَيْهِ, they were rushing towards Lut alayhi salam. وَمِنْ قَبْلِ, and they were doing this before. وَمِنْ قَبْلُ كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ, and they were doing evil deeds before this. So they rushed towards Lut alayhi salam's house, and they said, "Oh Lut, we told you don't stop us. Send those guests to us. We want to enjoy them." هَؤُلَاءِ بَنَاتِي, he says, قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ, oh my people. And the details come later on in different surahs. And it was actually the wife who went and told the people, there are some guests in Lut alayhi salam is hiding, come on. So he was calling them, right? And he was trying to hide, and that's why illa mar'atahu, we talked about this before, the wife will be destroyed with them because she was supporting this act. Ya qawm, O my people, ha'ulai banati, here are my daughters, hunna atahharu lakum, they are purer for you. Daughters means a prophet is a father of a nation. So all the women of that nation are the daughters of the Prophet. So he says, you have all the women to marry. Hunna atahharu lakum, they are purer for you. Fattaqullah, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تُخْزُونِ فِي ضَيْفِي, do not disgrace me in front of my guest. أَلَيْسَ مِنْكُمْ رَجُلٌ رَشِيدٌ, isn't there anybody, one straight up man in you? Right? And you look at people that today say, أَلَيْسَ مِنْكُمْ رَجُلٌ رَشِيدٌ, what happened to intellect? Isn't there one upright, right conduct man? قَالُوا, they said, لَقَدْ عَلِمْتَ مَا لَنَا فِي بَنَاتِكَ مِنْ حَقٍّ, and they said, Lut alayhi salam, that we don't have any right over this. We don't want the daughters. وَإِنَّكَ we don't want the women. وَإِنَّكَ لَتَعْلَمُ مَا نُرِيدُ, and you know exactly what we're looking for, and that we want the guests to come out. قَالَ أَنَّ لِي بِكُمْ قُوَّةً, he said, if I had any power over you, أَوْ آوِي إِلَى رُكْنٍ شَدِيدٍ, or I could have taken myself a strong base. I would have protected them myself if I had the power to. قالوا, they said, Ya Lut, inna rusulu rabbik lan yasilu ilayk. They said, O Lut, we are messengers of your master, and lan yasilu ilayk, they will not reach us. The angels said, the human beings who came in the form of, the angels who came in the form of human beings, they said, we are messengers, and they will not reach us. فَأَسْرِ بِأَهْلِكَ. Asri means to travel in the night, asra. So travel in the night with your family, بِقِطْعٍ مِّنَ اللَّيْلِ, in the parts of the night. In some parts of the night, travel, leave the city, وَلَا يَلْتَفِتْ مِنْكُمْ, and no one should turn back. Don't look back. إِلَّا امْرَأَتَكَ, the only person who will be left behind is going to be your wife. إِنَّهُ مُصِيبُهَا مَا أَصَابَهُم. Whatever is going to fall on this nation will fall on her. إِنَّ مَوْعِدَهُمُ الصُّبْحِ, that appointed time, the punishment is coming in the morning. Remember we said punishment usually come in the morning time, because people who party in the night and spend nights, in disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sleep through tahajjud and fajr time. Allah says the punishment is coming in the morning. أَلَيْسَ الصُّبْحُ بِقَرِيبٍ. They look at Lut says, isn't it already morning yet? Right? It means like it's coming right now. Get out. فَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا, when the command of Allah comes, عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا, we lifted up عَالِيَهَا, we flipped the city upside down. The highest point of that city became the lowest point. Meaning was lifted up and flipped down on them. عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا, and Jibreel ﷺ lifted it up with the tip of his wing and flipped it. وَأَمْطَرْنَا عَلَيْهَا, and after you flip it, there might be some people just, not completely dead, just kind of moving around, and then snipers came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. حِجَارَةً مِّن سِجِّيلٍ, stones of big clay, mamdud in layers, one after the other, right? مُصَوَّمَةً عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ, and every rock had the name of the person written down, and that rock came from, these pebbles came full force and went right into their heads, right? And mamdud, one after the other in layers, not one shot, but constantly, مُسَوَّمَةً عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ, marked exactly from your master. وَمَا هِيَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ بِبَعِيدٍ. And look what Allah says. Allah turns to the Prophet ﷺ and the Quraysh, and He says, that nation is not far from you. You know that, right? And Allah is just speaking to the Quraysh, like وَمَا هِيَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ بِبَعِيدٍ. The ones that are destroyed are not far. What Allah is telling them is like, they should, goosebumps should, be all over the place. They should be a shock that should go through their backs, like, whoa, it might come to us right now. وَمَا هِيَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ بِبَعِيدٍ. وَإِلَى مَدْيَنَ, and to Madyan we sent their brother أَخَاهُمْ شُعَيْبًا. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ, he says, O my nation, اُعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ. Worship Allah, you have no one besides Him. وَلَا تَنْقُصُوا الْمِكْيَالَ وَالْمِيزَانَ, and do not diminish in measure and weight. And إِنِّي أَرَاكُمْ بِخَيْرٍ, I see that you are affluent, you are rich. وَإِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ مُحِيطٍ, and I fear that the punishment of a day, an encompassing day, will come on you. وَيَا قَوْمِ, and he said, O my people, أَوْفُوا الْمِكْيَالَ وَالْمِيزَانَ بِالْقِسْطِ, give the measure. We know that Shu'aib, some nation, used to cheat in business. It says, give in full measure. وَالْمِيزَانَ وَلَا تَبْخَسُوا النَّاسَ أَشْيَاءَهُمْ, and do not lessen the people in their goods. وَلَا تَعْثَوْا فِي الْأَرْضِ مُفْسِدِينَ, do not act wickedly, and do not be like the mischief makers. بَقِيَّةُ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ, whatever is left over after you deal with them in honesty. Right? Don't cheat and get the wealth. Whatever you get, whatever is left behind after you deal with them in honesty, that is better for you in kuntum mu'minin. Meaning a little bit of halal money is better than a lot of haram money. Baqiyatullahi khairun lakum in kuntum mu'minin. If you are believers, وَمَا أَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِحَفِيظٍ, and I'm not the one who is going to guard you, I'm not a guardian over you. قَالُوا يَا شُعَيْبٍ, they said, O Shu'aib, أَصَلَاتُكَ تَأْمُرُكَ أَن نَتْرُكَ مَا يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُنَا, does your salah stop us from worshipping what our forefathers used to worship? أَوْ أَن نَفْعَلَ فِي أَمْوَالِنَا مَا نَشَاءُ, does your salah stop us to do whatever we want with our wealth? For them, religion and state are different, right? You go and pray, let us do our own thing. Why is telling us to do all, why are you interfering us in our business? We have our business, we do what we have to do. You want us to connect with God, we're good, we go and pray and that's it. They said it's separate. مَا نَشَاء إِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ حَلِيمٌ رَشِيدٌ, you are so forbearing and righteous person. That's sarcasm in the Quran, right? So, that's what they say. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ, says, O my people, أَرَأَيْتُمْ إِن كُنْتُ عَلَى بَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّي, وَرَزَقَنِي مِنْهُ رِزْقًا حَسَنًا. Don't you see that I'm on clear evidence from my master and that he has given me a good provision? وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَنْ أُخَالِفَكُمْ إِلَى مَا أَنْهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ. It's so beautiful, very important for a da'i. And he's saying that I'm not going to tell you not to do something and do it myself. Right? I'm not going to do like that. I'm not here to stop you from something. This is for me first. I'm not trying to put something on you. This is for everybody, including myself. إِنْ أُرِيدُ إِلَّا الْإِصْلَاحَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُ. I'm only trying to set things right as much as I can. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. But the tawfiq and success is only in the hands of Allah. عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَإِلَيْهِ أُنِيبُ. I rely on Him. I turn to Him alone. وَيَا قَوْمِ, Ayah number 89, Surah Hud. And O my people, لَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شِقَاقِي. My disagreement should not make you sin. يُصِيبَكُمْ, lest that يُصِيبَكُمْ مِثْلُ مَا أَصَابَ قَوْمَ نُوحٍ. If you do that, then what came to the nations before will come on you, like the nation of Nuh, قوم Nuh, أو قوم Hud, or the nation of Hud عليه السلام, أو قوم صالح, or the nation of Salih عليه السلام. وَمَا قَوْمُ لُوطٍ مِنْكُمْ بِبَعِيدٍ. And the nation of Lut عليه السلام is not far from you, right? These, you know about these things, and it came to you before, will happen to you. وَاسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ. And seek the forgiveness of your master. ثُمَّ تُوبُوا إِلَيْهِ. And turn to him. إِنَّ رَبِّي رَحِيمٌ وَدُودٌ. Verily my master is most merciful and most loving. قَالُوا يَا شُعَيْبُ. They said, "Oh Shu'aib, مَا نَفْقَهُ كَثِيرًا مِمَّا تَقُولُ." We don't understand what you're saying. مِمَّا تَقُولُ, of what you say. وَإِنَّا لَنَرَاكَ فِينَا ضَعِيفًا. And we see that you're a weak person. You don't have wealth, you don't have status, power. How can you say that you have guidance? وَلَوْلَا رَهْطُكَ لَرَجَمْنَاكَ. And if it was not for your clan and your tribe, we would have stoned you to death. وَمَا أَنْتَ عَلَيْنَا بِعَزِيزٍ. And you will not have anyone mighty against us. قال يا قوم. So he said, "O my people, أَرَهْطِي أَعَزُّ عَلَيْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ." Do you think, is my clan more mightier on you, more stronger on you than Allah? Are you scared of my clan, not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَاتَّخَذْتُمُوهُ وَرَاءَكُمْ ظِهْرِيًّا. And you keep Allah out of your minds. إِنَّ رَبِّي بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ مُحِيطٌ. Verily my master is fully encompassing with what you do. وَيَا قَوْمِ. And my people, اِعْمَلُوا عَلَى مَكَانَتِكُمْ. Act on your positions. إِنِّي عَامِلٌ. Keep doing. If you take a position against truth and act, and disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, keep doing like that, and I'm going to act towards, justice. سَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ. Soon you will know. مَنْ يَأْتِيهِ عَذَابٌ. On whom the punishment will come. يُخْزِيهِ, which will disgrace him. وَمَنْ هُوَ كَاذِبٌ. And soon we will know who is a liar. وَارْتَقِبُوا. And be on watch. إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ رَقِيبٌ. And I'm on watch as well. I'm looking for it as well. وَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا. And when our command, our punishment came, نَجَّيْنَا شُعَيْبَ. We rescued Shu'aib alayhi salam. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا. And those people who came, those people who believed with him, with our special mercy from us. وَأَخَذَتِ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا الصَّيْحَةُ. And a thunder blast took over them and destroyed them. And other places Allah mentions earthquake came, and a loud noise came and destroyed them. They were destroyed with a loud noise. And it said that was the scream of an angel. An angel screamed so loud, and it just ripped, and they were killed by that sound. Right? You can kill people with this sound. فَأَصْبَحُوا فِي دَارِهِمْ جَاثِمِينَ. And they became in their homes fallen prostrated. كَأَن لَّمْ يَغْنَوْا فِيهَا. It was as if they never existed. أَلَا بُعْدًا لِمَدْيَنَ كَمَا بَعِدَ ثَمُودَ. Away with the nation of Madian, like the way, the nation of Thamud was destroyed. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا وَسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ. Verily we sent Musa alayhi salam with our clear signs, وَسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ, and a clear authority. إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَئِهِ. We sent him to Fir'aun and his nations. فَاتَّبَعُوا أَمْرَ فِرْعَوْنَ. And they followed the command of Fir'aun. وَمَا أَمْرُ فِرْعَوْنَ بِرَشِيدٍ. And the command of Fir'aun was not rational. يَقُدُمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. And Fir'aun will lead his nation into Jahannam like the way he was leading them in evil in this dunya. فَأَوْرَدَهُمُ النَّارِ. And he will take them into hellfire. وَبِئْسَ الْوِرْدُ الْمَوْرُودُ. And what an evil place of watering it is. Right? What an evil place of water it is. Meaning, it's sarcasm in the Quran. The fire is not a place where you can get water, but what an evil place that is. وَأُتْبِعُوا فِي هَذِهِ لَعْنَةً وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. and the curse of Allah will follow him in this dunya and on the day of judgment. بِئْسَ الرِّفْدُ الْمَرْفُودُ. Evil is the gift that is rewarded. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْقُرَى. Those are some of the news of the past, of the qura, of the habitations. نَقُصُّهُ عَلَيْكَ. We relate on to you. مِنْهَا قَائِمٌ وَحَصِيدٌ. Among some of them were standing and some of them are completely destroyed. Meaning those nations that were destroyed, some of them you can go and see, check it out and see what happened to them and learn from them, and some of them are completely destroyed. وَحَصِيدٌ. وَمَا ظَلَمْنَاهُمْ. We did not wrong them, we didn't punish them. وَلَكِنْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ. They wronged themselves, they brought this punishment on themselves, they wanted to have the punishment. فَمَا أَغْنَتْ عَنْهُمْ آلِهَتُهُمُ الَّتِي يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Those gods who they used to call besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not benefit them at all in any way. مِن شَيْءٍ لَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُ رَبِّكَ. When our punishment came. وَمَا زَادُوهُمْ غَيْرَ تَتْبِيرٍ. And they increased only in destruction. وَكَذَلِكَ أَخْذُ رَبِّكَ. And that is the seizure, that is the punishment of your master, that's the grasping of your master. إِذَا أَخَذَ الْقُرَى وَهِيَ ظَالِمَةٌ. That he grasps whenever a nation transgresses. Whenever a nation transgresses, Allah sees them, Allah punishes them. إِنَّ أَخْذَهُ أَلِيمٌ شَدِيدٌ. His seizing is painful and is severe. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِمَنْ خَافَ عَذَابَ الْآخِرَةِ. Allah says in the nation, in the stories of Nuh alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Salih alayhi salam, Lut alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Fir'aun, all of this is a great lesson. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ is a great ayah. لِمَنْ خَافَ عَذَابَ الْآخِرَةِ. Only for who? The one who fears the punishment of the hereafter. ذَلِكَ يَوْمٌ مَجْمُوعٌ لَهُ النَّاسِ. That is the day when we are going to gather all the people. وَذَلِكَ يَوْمٌ مَشْهُودٌ. That is the day of witness. The day of judgment will be witnessed. وَمَا نُؤَخِّرُهُ إِلَّا لِأَجْلٍ مَعْدُودٍ. We don't delay the day of judgment except for a set time. يَوْمَ يَأْتِي. The day on which يَوْمَ يَأْتِي لَا تَكَلَّمُ نَفْسٌ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِهِ. The day it comes, no one will be able to speak إِلَّا بِإِذْنِهِ, except whom he gives the permission to. فَمِنْهُمْ شَقِيٌّ وَسَعِيدٌ. Two outcomes. There are people who are going to be shaqi, miserable, and sa'id, happy. فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ شَقُوا forever مَا دَامَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ إِلَّا مَا شَاءَ رَبُّكَ. As long as the heavens and the earth remain. What does this mean? As long as the heavens and the earth remain, that after the first destruction of the heavens and the earth, a new heavens and the earth will be made. And those heavens and the earth will never be destroyed. Will be forever and ever, will never be destroyed. So Allah is saying they will remain in it as long as the heavens and the earth remain. Meaning forever. إِلَّا مَا شَاءَ رَبُّكَ. Except for the one whom Allah wishes. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ فَعَّالٌ لِمَا يُرِيدُ. Your master does whatever he wants, however he wants. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ سُعِدُوا. As for the other kind, those who are happy, فَفِي الْجَنَّةِ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. They will remain in Jannah forever and ever. مَا دَامَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ. As long as the heavens and the earth remain. إِلَّا مَا شَاءَ رَبُّكَ. Except for those who your Lord wills. عَطَاءً. Here Allah says Jannah is not because of your reward. Ata is a gift from Allah. It's something extra. Ata'an غَيْرَ مَجْذُوذ, that will not be cut off. فَلَا تَكُ فِي مِرْيَةٍ مِمَّا يَعْبُدُ هَؤُلَاءِ. You should not be in any doubt with what these people worship. مَا يَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا كَمَا يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُهُم مِّن قَبْلِ. They are only worshipping those things that their forefathers used to worship before them. وَإِنَّا لَمُوَفُّوهُم. Surely we will pay them نَصِيبَهُمْ غَيْرَ مَجْذُوذ. We will pay them for in full, and we will not diminish them for what they have for their share. وَلَقَدْ آتِينَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابِ. And verily we sent Musa alayhi salam with the book. فَاخْتُلِفَ فِيهِ. But they were in disagreement. وَلَوْلَا كَلِمَةٌ. But if it was not for a word سَبَقَتْ مِنْ رَبِّكَ, that came before your master, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will delay and give them time. If it was not for that, لَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ, then everything would have been decided. وَإِنَّهُمْ لَفِي شَكٍّ مِّنْهُ مُرِيبٍ. Verily they are in clear doubt and full of suspicion. وَإِنَّ كُلًّا. And surely كُلًّا, all of them, لَمَّا لَيُوَفِّيَنَّهُمْ رَبُّكَ أَعْمَالَهُم. Surely for all of them your Lord will pay in full for their deeds. وَإِنَّهُ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ. Verily your master is all aware of what they do. فَاسْتَقِمْ. Be steadfast. Be steadfast. كَمَا أُمِرْ. As you have been commanded to. Very difficult. What Allah is saying is that, yes, you're going through difficulties, ups and downs. Yeah, you Prophet and believers should be steadfast, fastaqim. Right? It's easy to believe. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة. It's easy to believe. Allah is saying you have to believe and stay steadfast. That is the difficult part. فاستقم, be steadfast. كما أمرت, like the way you have been commanded to. ومن تاب and ومن تاب معك ولا تطغوا. And those who turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with you and do not transgress. So be steadfast with them. إنه بما تعملون بصير. Verily your reward is all seeing. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا, and do not rely on إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, those who have transgressed. فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ, fire is going to then if you rely on them and turn towards who transgress you, then fire might touch you. وَمَا لَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ مِنْ أَوْلِيَاءَ, then you will not have any protective friend besides Allah. ثُمَّ لَا تُنصَرُونَ, and you will not be helped. وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةِ. So now the final ayat of Surah Hud, Allah is telling the believers and the Prophet ﷺ what should be your focus. وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةِ طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ, establish salah in the طَرَفَيِ النَّهَارِ, in the two ends of the day, وَزُلَفًا مِنَ اللَّيْلِ, and some parts of the night. Establish salah. إِنَّ الْحَسَنَاتِ يُذْهِبْنَ السَّيِّئَاتِ, very important principle. Good deeds will eliminate bad deeds. When you commit a sin and you go and pray, all the sins that you have committed during that time will be wiped off. In al-hasanat, when you realize that you have made a mistake, give sadaqah. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do a good deed. Do something good that will efface, remove that previous sin. ذَلِكَ ذِكْرَى لِلذَّاكِرِينَ, that is a reminder for those who remember. وَاصْبِرْ, and be patient. فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ, Allah will not waste the time, the reward of those who are righteous. فَلَوْلَا كَانَ مِنَ الْقُرُونِ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, and why was there not a generation, nations before you, أُولُو بَقِيَّةٍ, who were people of reason and intellect, يَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْفَسَادِ, Allah is telling us, why aren't there people of intellect stopping people from evil? يَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْفَسَادِ فِي الْأَرْضِ, stopping mischief in the land. إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِمَّنْ أَنْجَيْنَا مِنْهُمْ, Allah is saying there are very few, even in the past, there are very, very few people of intellect and knowledge who stop people from doing wrong, and we save them. وَاتَّبَعَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, but and those people who wrong, they followed مَا أُتْرِفُوا فِيهِ, the luxuries they were given. The people who transgressed, they followed the luxuries and obeyed that over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَانُوا مُجْرِمِينَ, and they were sinners. وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Look at that, very important. Allah says, Allah will not destroy a nation as long as the people in that nation are rectifying, are doing active work of da'wah. As long as every nation, every community has some people rectifying others, Allah will not destroy that nation. Right? The time we say, I don't care, let me just take care of myself, that's where the punishment will come. It will start from that person who was worshipping. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not you. When you go around, today I was just in the grocery store, just looking around, Muslim Ummah have a lot of work to do. Like all these people did not get the message of the Quran. And who's responsible for that? It's a scary thing. And if you don't make active effort to convey this message, you are in trouble. You are in big trouble. بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not destroy a nation as long as they are standing up for justice and rectifying. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ, had your Lord will, لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا, He would have made everybody into one community. وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ, and so they will not have any variation. إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِمَ رَبُّكَ, except those whom Allah has mercy upon. وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ, and that is why He created them. Why? He created the creation so that He can have mercy on them. That the people who Allah has given us a free choice. Allah has not made us like the angels who only obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has given us a free choice. But the people, despite having the free will, they obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow His commands, they will receive Allah's rahim. And وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ, and that is why He created them. وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ, and the word of your Master has come to pass. لَأَمْلَأَنَّ جَهَنَّمَ مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ أَجْمَعِينَ, and I am going to fill Jahannam with human beings and jinns all together, meaning the people who do not follow and reject. وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ, And we have related and conveyed all the news of the messengers. من أنباء الرسل ما نثبت به فؤادك. Why? What is the purpose of all the stories of the Prophet? So that we strengthen your heart. We keep your heart firm. مَا نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ وَجَاءَكَ فِي هَذِهِ الْحَقِّ. And the truth has already come to you. وَمَوْعِظَةٌ. The same word we talked about yesterday. A heart penetrating advice, a counsel from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَذِكْرَى لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And a reminder for the believers that there are two kinds of people. Going back to ayah number 24, there are two kinds of people Allah mentions. There are those who see, and there are those who don't see. And there are those who hear, and there are those who don't hear. Can they both be equal? No, they cannot. So there are two kinds of people. Some saw the revelation and heard the revelation and accepted it. So others did not see the revelation and did not hear the revelation, did not accept it. Right? They turned a blind eye and deaf ear. قُلْ, and say, لِلَّذِينَ, to those who لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ اعْمَلُوا عَلَى مَكَانَتِكُمْ إِنَّا عَامِلُونَ. Say to those people who don't believe, اعْمَلُوا عَلَى مَكَانَتِكُمْ. The position you have taken against the truth, take that position and work against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّا عَامِلُونَ. And we are also working towards the betterment. You work towards the evil, and we're working towards the good. And اعْمَل is fi'al, and عَامَلُون is ism, because their action is weak, and in the action of the believers is stronger. And keep waiting. We inna muntazirun. We are waiting. You know, this is very difficult in the Prophet ﷺ. Keep waiting. We're waiting for the punishment to come. وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. To Allah belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth. وَإِلَيْهِ يُرْجَعُ الْأَمْرُ كُلُّهُ. Everything will return to Him. All the show and the talk and the arguments and all this going on in the earth, everything will return towards Him. فَاعْبُدُوا. So worship Him. Your focus is Allah. You should spend your time worshipping Him and doing your tasbihat. وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَيْهِ. And rely on Him. وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah is not unmindful of what you do. Allah knows your good deeds. Allah also knows your bad deeds. Everything is returned to Him. Your focus should be on ibadah. So inshallah we'll conclude. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us among those people who were protected from Allah's punishment, that we become among those who follow. Take a short break inshallah. Asr break, we'll continue. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Ra. Tilka ayatul kitabil mubin. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ بِمَا أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ وَإِن كُنتَ مِن قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الْغَافِلِينَ رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِّسَانِي يَفْقَهُوا قَوْلِي. Surah Yusuf, it's a Makki surah. So this surah was revealed when Bani Israel came to the Prophet ﷺ and they said, tell us, how did Yusuf ﷺ go from Canaan to Egypt? Right? How did the family of Yusuf ﷺ end up in Egypt? So this surah was revealed to show the entire story. Right? This surah is a response to that question. And so this surah was revealed in Aam al-Huzn, the year of sorrow. And this is a time when the Prophet ﷺ is very sad, because his beloved wife Khadija radiallahu anha passed away, and also his uncle, the only support for him at this time, Abu Talib, he also passes away. And so the Prophet was very, very sad. And so Surah Yusuf was revealed to show, if you are sad, look what happened to Yusuf alayhi. He went through way more than what you're going through. So the Prophet was, consoled like that. And so another reason why, another message here for the Meccans was that, just like how Yusuf alayhi's brothers removed him and showed animosity and jealousy towards him and threw him in the wall, just like that, you guys are doing the same thing with your brother, Prophet ﷺ, right? He's your brother and you're treating him so badly. So we begin inshallah. Alif Lam Ra, Huruf al-Muqatta'at, we don't know their meaning, but every time Huruf al-Muqatta'at are mentioned, and the book is mentioned. So Allah says, Tilka ayatul kitabil mubin. These are the ayat of a clear book. Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. We have indeed revealed to you Qur'anan Arabiyyan, an Arabic Qur'an, la'allakum ta'qilun, so you understand. So here is very important here. Qur'an did not come in English. Translation of a Qur'an is not Qur'an. That is not, you can just reading the translation, don't say that you have understood the Quran. Right? It's important to spend time with Arabic. Arabic is chosen. Why? لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. True understanding of the ayat can only be attained through the Arabic Quran. So if you don't spend time learning and then understanding, then you will not get the clear message. نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ. We relate on to you the best stories, the best of stories. بِمَا أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ. In that we have communicated to you in this Quran, هذا القرآن. That of all the stories, the best story Allah says is this story. إِن كُنْتَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الْغَافِلِينَ. If that you were before this completely unaware of this. Even the Prophet ﷺ did not know about Yusuf unless Allah told him. إِذْ قَالَ Yusuf, the story begins, إِذْ قَالَ يُوسُفُ لِأَبِيهِ يَا أَبَتِي. So Yusuf said to his father, "Oh my beloved father," Ya Abati is out of love. So he loved their father, and he, out of respect and love, he says, "Oh my father, إِنِّي رَأَيْتُ أَحَدَ عَشَرَ كَوْكَبًا. I see 11 stars in my 11 stars, وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ, a sun and a moon in my dream. وَرَأَيْتُهُمْ لِسَاجِدِينَ. I saw them making sujood to me, prostrating to me. قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ. So the father says, "Oh my beloved son, لا تقصص رؤياك. Don't tell your dream to على إخوتك. Don't tell your dream to your brothers." Why? What we see here is that every possessor of blessing will have someone to envy it, right? Every person who's being given blessing, they will always find people to envy and being jealous of it. That's why you should hide. The Prophet says, hide your actions until they are completed. Hide your good things until they're completed, because you'll always find people, being jealous of it. So even the sons of the Prophet were not free from jealousy, right? So important message for us that, if you see there's any blessing, hide it and do not show it, because then people will envy it. فَيَكِيدُ لَكَ كَيْدًا. If you tell them your dream, they will plot against you. إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Verily, shaitan is an open enemy to you. So this dream will be interpreted at the end of the surah for us, but the father and son already know what the dream is. وَكَذَلِكَ يَجْتَبِيكَ رَبُّكَ. And that is how he chose, your master chose you. وَيُعَلِّمُكَ مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ. And he taught you from the interpretations of dream. Look, Yusuf ﷺ is given a blessing, and the father is relating that blessing to Allah. That is not you who got the first place in your class. It's not you who got a good position. It is Allah who blessed you. He chose you, and like the way He chose, وَيُتِمُّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ, and He fulfilled His favor on you, وَعَلَى آلِ يَعْقُوبَ, like the way He fulfilled on the family of Yaqub alayhi salam, كَمَا أَتَمَّهَا عَلَى أَبَوَيْكَ مِنْ قَبْلُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوب. Just He has favored the nation of Ibrahim alayhi salam, the family of Yaqub alayhi salam, just like He has favored your forefathers, Ibrahim and Ishaq. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ عَلِيمٌ حَكِيمٌ. Verily your master is all-knowing and all-wise. I want you to keep these two terms together. Alimun Hakim, keep this in mind. Father says to the son, your master is all-knowing and all-wise. You will see towards the end of the surah, after everything is done, Yusuf goes through his entire life. He's speaking to his father. He says, "Oh my father, you are right. Inna rabbaka alimun hakim." He is in fact alimun hakim. He is knowledgeable and all-wise. Now I understand Allah's wisdom. Right? Same words will be brought out. لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي يُوسُفَ وَإِخْوَتِهِ آيَاتٌ لِلسَّائِلِينَ. Verily, in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and his brothers, there are clear signs for those who are asking, for those who question. إِذْ قَالُوا لَيُوسُفَ. Now the brothers, have a conversation. إِذْ قَالُوا لَيُوسُفَ. They said, "For surely Yusuf وَأَخُوهُ أَحَبُّ إِلَىٰ أَبِينَا مِنَّا وَنَحْنُ عُصْبَةٌ." Surely Yusuf and his brother are beloved to our father. وَنَحْنُ عُصْبَةٌ. When we are the usbah, we do all the work. We are a strong bunch who bring a lot of income to the family. Instead of respecting and loving us, he is loving our two little ones. إِنَّا أَبَانَا لَفِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. Indeed, our father is in clear error. You see how shaitan comes in? The first thing shaitan will do to the kids, and kids need to keep, pay attention to this one, that shaitan will come and put evil thoughts about your father and mother in you. Your father and mother is an evil person, right? And from there, everything begins, right? ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. اُقْتُلُوا يُوسُف. Kill Yusuf alayhi salam. Kill their own brother. Jealousy where it can lead to. اقتلوا Yusuf. Kill him. أو اطرحوه, or banish him to a land. Throw him somewhere. يخل لكم وجه أبيكم. So that you can have. يخل, it comes from, to to be sincere, to be exclusive. So your face, the face of your father will be exclusive to you. He will look at you only. وَتَكُونُ مِن بَعْدِهِ قَوْمٍ صَالِحِينَ. And after you commit this sin, you'll be good, righteous people. A lot of people do this, right? After they commit a sin, one last time after this, I'll be a good person. So like, kill Yusuf alayhi salam, after this you'll be a righteous, and do tawbah, you have tawbah, Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, He will forgive you. قَالَ قَائِلٌ مِّنْهُمْ. And one of them said, and they said the older brother, he spoke up, says, لا تقتلوا يوسف, do not kill Yusuf, وَالْقُوهُ فِي غَيَابَةِ الْجُبِّ, but throw him in a deep well, يَلْتَقِطُهُ بَعْدُ سَيَّارَةٍ, maybe someone will pick him up, a caravan will pick him up, إِن كُنتُمْ فَاعِلِينَ, if you have to do something. The older brother was, kind of had a soft heart for Yusuf alayhi salam, and says, don't do that, don't kill him, just put him somewhere, he wanted him to be alive. قَالُوا يَا أَبَانَا, so they go to the father, and they say, oh, our father, our beloved father, مَا لَكَ لَا تَأْمَنَّا عَلَى يُوسُف, what's the matter with you? You don't trust us with Yusuf alayhi salam. وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَنَاصِحُونَ, and we are sincere advisors to our father. The father kind of felt this. The brothers have some hatred towards Yusuf alayhi salam, so he kept Yusuf alayhi salam away. So they go and tell their father, لَنَاصِحُونَ, we are well-wishers. وَأَرْسِلْهُ مَعَنَا غَدًا, send him with us tomorrow. يَرْتَعْ وَيَلْعَبْ, we will pasture and play. وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ, and we will take care of him. وَقَالُوا إِنِّي لَيَحْزُنُنِي أَن تَذْهَبُوا بِهِ وَأَخَافُ أَن يَأْكُلَهُ الذِّئْبُ. He says, indeed, it grieves me that maybe that when you are gone, when you take him away, وَأَخَافُ أَن يَأْكُلَهُ الذِّئْبُ. So first he says, it makes me sad when he leaves, and then I'm scared that a wolf might eat him. وَأَنْتُمْ عَنْهُ غَافِلُونَ, when you are unmindful of something. So he gives this idea to them, and they adopt that idea. What we're seeing here is that don't have false assumptions, and in that give ideas, then you're giving ideas to the opponent, and they will use that against you. And you will see that same excuse they will bring. قَالُوا لَإِنْ أَكَلَهُ الذِّئْبُ, they said, if the wolf would eat, وَنَحْنُ عُصْبَةٌ, while we are عُصْبَةٌ, strong bunch, وَإِنَّا إِذًا لَخَاسِرُونَ, then we are going to be surely losers. That's not going to happen. We are عُصْبَةٌ, a strong bunch, nothing will happen. Oh, our father, trust us. فَلَمَّا ذَهَبُوا بِهِ, so when they took him, وَأَجْمَعُوا, so they all united together, أَن يَجْعَلُوهُ فِي غَيَابَةِ الْجُبِّ, that they should throw him in the well. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ, and so we communicated to Yusuf alayhi salam, لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِمْ هَذَا وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. So when they threw him in the well, Allah told Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah communicated with Yusuf alayhi salam saying, you will surely inform this to your brother, and in a state while they don't realize. They will not realize, and you will inform them, you inform this to them. وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عِشَاءٍ يَبُكُونَ, so after they threw him in the well, they came to their father Isha at night time, yabukun, crying. Why did Allah mention Isha at night time? Because night time is the best time to hide your sin, right? So they came in the night time and yabukun, and crying. قالوا يا أبانا, oh our father, إنا ذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف. We went to race, and we left. We were having a race, and we left Yusuf alayhi salam, to take care of our baggages. فأكله الذئب, and a wolf ate him. Exactly what you said, father. A wolf actually ate him. وَمَا أَنْتَ بِمُؤْمِنٍ لَنَا وَلَوْ كُنَّا صَادِقِينَ. We know that you won't trust us. That's a sign that they are liars, right? Trust me, they take oath. I know you'll not trust me, but I'm telling you. That's the sign they're lying. وَمَا أَنْتَ بِمُؤْمِنٍ لَنَا وَلَوْ كُنَّا صَادِقِينَ. We know that you will not believe in us even if we are speaking the truth. وَجَاءُوا عَلَى قَمِيصِهِ بِدَمٍ كَذِبٍ. So they came with a shirt with false blood. بِدَمٍ كَذِبٍ. قَالَ بَلْ سَوَّلَتْ لَكُمْ أَنفُسُكُمْ أَمْرًا. Said, no, you have succeeded. You have seduced. You have planned this to do this. فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ. Now everything is ugly. The only thing is beautiful now is sabr. I'm going to have beautiful patience. فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ. Now the father, knew what happened. Somehow the brothers did something to him, but he has to see the brothers around him and still be patient. فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ is like the killer is right there, and then you have to be patient with him. فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ, like you can't do anything with him, you cannot get rid of your sons, and yet have to be patient with what happened. فَصَبْرٌ جَمِيلٌ وَاللَّهُ الْمُسْتَعَانُ عَلَى مَا تَصِفُونَ. Help is sought of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of what you describe. Allah is the only help. وَجَاءَتْ سَيَّارَةٌ. Then ayah number 19, Allah says, a caravan came by, فَأَرْسَلُوا وَالِدَهُمْ, and they sent out وَالِدَهُمْ, their water drawer. They sent someone to draw some water. فَأَدْلَى دَلْوَى, who let down his bucket. قَالَ يَا بُشْرَى هَذَا غُلَامٌ. So he pulled it up, he says, oh goodness, oh good news, هَذَا غُلَامٌ, here's a young man. وَأَسَرُّوهُ بِضَاعَةً, they hid him as a commodity. وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِمَا يَعْمَلُونَ, Allah knew what they were doing. وَشَرَوْهُ بِثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ, and they sold him for a small price. بِدَمٍ وَدَرَاهِمَ مَعْدُودَةٍ, and a small dirham, for few dirhams. وَكَانُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ, and they were about him to keep and they were about him of those keen to give up, right? وَكَانُوا مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ. وَقَالَ الَّذِي اشْتَرَاهُ, and there said, the one who bought him said, مِن مِصْرَ لِامْرَأَتِهِ, of Egypt to his wife. So the king who purchased this slave. So here you have Yusuf a.s. being sold for a small price, and then someone buys him in Egypt, and he says to his wife, Akrimi mithwa, be generous and do good things to this servant, Asa an yanfa'ana aw nattakhidahu walada, that he will benefit us, or we'll take him as a son, right? So the Aziz, the king is telling to his wife that take care of him. We will take him as a son. وَكَذَلِكَ مَكَّنَّا لِيُوسُفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ, and that is how we established Yusuf a.s. in the land. وَلِنُعَلِّمَهُ مِن تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ, so that we might teach him the interpretations of dreams. وَاللَّهُ غَالِبٌ عَلَى أَمْرِهِ, Allah is in full control over all things. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, but most people do not know. وَلَمَّا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ, when Yusuf a.s. reached the age of maturity, آتَيْنَاهُ حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا, we gave him judgment and knowledge. You know, for young people, it's easy to have knowledge, but they don't have hukum. They don't have the right, they don't have the strength to do the right thing at the right time. They don't have the application of the knowledge. But here Allah says, we gave him hukum, judgment, the right judgment, and ilman. And on top of that, we also gave him knowledge. وَكَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ, and that is how we reward the righteous people. If you are a good person, Allah will reward you, will take care of you regardless of the situation. And as soon as he was given knowledge and hukum, what's next? Every blessing is followed by a test. So Allah subhanahu puts him in a test. وَرَاوَدَتْهُ الَّتِي هُوَ فِي بَيْتِهَا, and there she tried to, the one who was in the house tried to seduce her. عَنْ نَفْسِهِ, was from himself. وَغَلَّقَتِ الْأَبْوَابِ, and she shut the doors and locked all the doors. وَقَالَتْ هَيْتَ لَكَ, and this woman said to Yusuf a.s., come on, approach me, come towards me. قَالَ مَعَاذَ اللَّهِ, Yusuf a.s., being a young person, he had no parents, he was a slave, he had no goal, because he is just a slave, he has no life. And and there's nobody watching him, and he could have done whatever he wants to. But Allah says, what does Yusuf says? Alayhi salam, Ma'az Allah, I seek Allah's protection. Innahu Rabbi ahsana maswai, indeed he is my master, he has done so much good to me. That he's saying my master has done good to me, meaning that his husband, the wife's husband has done. That master of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done so much good to me. Innahu la yuflihu zalimun, verily the transgressors will not be successful. وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِي, and she desired him. وَهَمَّ بِهَا, and Allah says he would have desired her. لَوْلَا أَرَّأَ بُرْهَانَ رَبِّي, if Yusuf did not see an evidence from his master, that if he did not recognize his master, he would have also desired her. كَذَلِكَ لِنَصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ, that is how we, look at that, we divert from him the evil and fahsha and indecent acts. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who stops us from evil and fahsha and indecent acts. إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلَصِينَ, he was from the sincere, pure-hearted servants. If you have ikhlas in you, Allah will save you from evil. And a lot of people say, we are living in 2019, we cannot guard our shame, we can't do anything, everybody is like that outside, what can we do, how can we lower our gaze? Allah is saying, look at Yusuf a.s., they cannot be better, in a worse situation than this one. But yet he was mukhlis. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave that strength in him to resist that desire. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابِ, and so both of them raced to the door. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابِ وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ, and she tore his shirt mid dubur, from the back. وَأَلْفَيَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ, and two of them, and the two found the master at the door. As soon as they left the door, the husband was there, the master was there. قالت, as soon as she saw the husband, she says, قالت ما جزاء من أراد بأهلك سوءا إلا أن يسجن أو عذاب أليم. What is the punishment for the one who intends to do harm to your family, except that he should be imprisoned or a painful punishment should come on them? So she's just putting a blame on Yusuf alayhi salam. You should put him in prison and punish him. قال هي راودتني عن نفسي. Yusuf says, it is her. She is in fact the one who tried to entice me. وشهد شاهد. And then what happened? Well, there was a witness. A shahid was present. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing again. There was a witness who saw this. وشهد شاهد من أهلها. As they're running out, he saw who was running after who. And he says, من أهلها, from his family. إن كان قميصه. And he comes up and he gives an idea. He says, if the shirt, in kana qamisuhu qudda min qubul, if the shirt is ripped from the front, fasadaqat, then she has spoken the truth, and wahuwa min al-kadibin, then he is a liar. That if Yusuf is going after the woman, then the woman would have been trying to resist Yusuf and rip the shirt from the front. وَإِنْ كَانَ قَمِيصُهُ قُدَّ مِنْ دُبُرٍ, and if the shirt is ripped from the back, فَكَذَبَتْ, then she is lying, and he is وَهُوَ مِنَ الصَّادِقِينَ, and he is truthful. Meaning that if the woman is running after the guy, then she will try and grab him from the back and rip the shirt from the back. فَلَمَّا رَأَى قَمِيصَهُ, and when they saw that the shirt was ripped, قُدَّ مِنْ دُبُرٍ, was torn from the back, was torn from the back. Qala, he said, innahu min kaydikun, says, indeed this is the plot of a woman. Inna kaydakunna azim, verily this is a great plot. So he understood this is a plot of the wife. Yusufu a'rid an hada, oh Yusuf, turn away from this. Wastaghfiri li dhanbik, and the husband says, seek forgiveness li dhanbiki, for your sin. Innaki kunti min al-khati'in, indeed you have been from those who have erred. وَقَالَ نِسْوَةُ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ, and the women in the city, after this incident takes place, what happens? Like every time, the women always talk and gossip and talk about it. وَقَالَ نِسْوَةُ, so the women in the city, نِسْوَةُ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ, the women in the city, they said, إِمْرَأَةُ الْعَزِيزِ, the wife of the Aziz, تُرَابِدُ فَتَاهَا عَنْ نَفْسِهِ, she was trying to seduce her own slave. قَدْ شَغَفَهَا حُبًّا, he has infatuated her in love. إِنَّا لَنَرَاهَا فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ, this woman, how crazy she is in clear error. So they started talking bad about the wife, right? فَلَمَّا سَمِعَتْ أَرْسَلَتْ إِلَيْهِنْ, so she sent for them. وَأَعْتَدَتْ لَهُنْ, so she invited all of them to her house and prepared them. So what was the punishment? The wife's punishment? Nothing. Right? The husband did not do, because that's what happens. If you're in a higher class, you do something bad, you're just off the hook. But so she's just living her regular life, and then she hears this in the community and it spread everywhere, and so she invites all of them to her house. وَأَعْتَدَتْ لَهُنَّ مُتَّكَأً, and she prepares a banquet, a huge feast for her, for all of them. وَآتَتْ كُلَّ وَاحِدَةٍ مِّنْهُنَّ سِكِّينًا, and she gave to each one of them a knife. وَقَالَتْ اخْرُجْ عَلَيْهِنْ, and as they were like cutting and knife to enjoy, to cut the fruits and enjoy the party and have fun. And what happens as they're eating, what happens is she brings Yusuf alayhi salam. وَقَالَتْ اخْرُجْ عَلَيْهِمْ, and she says, come out, Yusuf, come out before them. فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَهُ, when they saw Yusuf alayhi salam, أَكْبَرْنَهُ, they admired him. وَقَطَّعْنَ أَيْدِيَهُنْ, and they were so shocked and they cut their hands. They could not move their eyes and they didn't even realize they were cutting their hands. وَقُلْنَا حَاشَ لِلَّهِ, Allah forbid, this is مَا هَذَا بَشَرًا, this is not a human being. إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا مَلَكٌ كَرِيمٌ, this is a noble angel. They could not believe their eyes. قَالَتْ فَذَلِكُنَّ الَّذِي لُمْتُنَّنِي فِيهِ, so then the woman says, she said, this is the one whom you were blaming me about. وَلَقَدْ رَاوَدتُّهُ عَنْ نَفْسِي. Yes, I confess that I did try to seduce him عَنْ نَفْسِهِ for myself. فَاسْتَعْصَمْ. But he resisted, but he did not go ahead with it. وَلَئِنْ لَمْ يَفْعَلْ. And then again she continues, if he does not do مَا آمُرُهُ, if he does not do what I'm telling him to do, لَيُسْجَنَنَّ وَلَا يَكُنْ مِنَ الصَّاغِرِينَ. That he will be imprisoned and he will be among those who are humiliated. That she did not learn from her mistake, because there is no punishment. She continues, and if he does not do what I'm telling him to do, and he's going to be in prison. قَالَ رَبِّ السِّجْنِ. Then Yusuf ﷺ raises his hand and says, oh my master, السِّجْنُ أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا يَدْعُونَنِي إِلَيْهِ. The prison is more beloved to me than what they call me to. وَإِلَّا تَصْرِفْ عَنِّي. Well, if you don't stop me, if you don't divert me, Ya Allah, عَنِّي كَيْدَهُنْ, against their plan, كَيْدَهُنَّ, the plan of all the women. Not all the women did not plan, only the wife was planning. But then the fact that the women were quiet did not stop the Aziz, the Imratul Aziz, shows that they were part of it. So he's saying, if you don't stop me from all of their plan, Ya Allah, asbu ilayhin, I may turn to them, wa akum min al-jahilin, I'll be among those who are jahil. What we're learning here is an important lesson, that you guarding your iman is your highest priority in every case. Doesn't matter what the situation is. If your iman is preserved, you have the world. Even if that means going to the prison. So he says, وَأَكُمْ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ. Again, sincerity. If you have sincere heart, if you don't want to do it, you are sincere, Allah will divert it from you and should keep you protected. فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ. So his master responded to him. فَصَرَفَ عَنْهُ كَيْدَهُنْ. So he diverted from him their plan. إِنَّهُ هُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Verily he is all hearing and all knowing. ثُمَّ بَدَا لَهُمْ. Then it became clear to them, مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا رَأَوُ الْآيَاتِ. After they had seen the signs, لَيَسْجُنُنَّهُ حَتَّى حِينٍ. That he must put him in prison for a set time. So they accused him and they put him in prison. That when they were clear that this person, Yusuf is not going to listen to them, they imprisoned him. وَدَخَلَ مَعَهُ السِّجْنَ فَتَيَانِ. And he entered the prison, and there were two men. قَالَ أَحَدُهُمَا. One of them said, إِنِّي أَرَانِي أَعْصِرُ خَمْرًا. I see myself in my dream that I am pressing wine. وَقَالَ الْآخَرُ. And the other says, I see in my dream, أَحْمِلُ فَوْقَ رَأْسِي خُبْزًا. That I'm carrying bread on my head, تأكل الطير من, and the birds are eating from it. نبئنا بتأويله. Tell us the interpretation of this dream. إنا نراك من المحسنين. We see that you are from the righteous. So when Yusuf comes into the prison, from his action, from his face, they could make out this is a righteous person. They said, we see that you're a righteous person. Can you tell us? And they kind of heard that he knows the interpretation of dream. So they say, what does this dream mean? قَالَ لَا يَأْتِيكُمَا طَعَامٌ. Yusuf says, sure, لَا يَأْتِيكُمَا طَعَامٌ. No food will come to you. لَا يَأْتِيكُمَا طَعَامٌ تُرْزَقَانِهِ إِلَّا نَبَّأْتُكُمَا بِتَأْوِيلِهِ قَبْلَ أَنْ يَأْتِيكُمَا. That no meal will be provided to you, that I will inform you of its interpretation before it comes. But before the next food comes, I will tell you. But before I tell you what the dream means, I have some message for you. And he uses this opportunity to invite them to Islam. Da'wah. Right? He's talking about calling people to Islam. Look at the da'wah of Yusuf a.s. Yusuf a.s. is in the prison. And he can't give excuse that, Ya Allah, I'm in prison, I have no resources, I can do whatever I want. No, even in the prison, he is doing the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No matter which situation you are in, you have to use that to serve the deen in whatever capacity. It says, ذَلِكُمَا مِمَّا عَلَّمَنِي رَبِّي. You know, I can interpret dream. You know how? Because that is what my Lord taught me. And then the question begins, right? عَلَّمَنِي رَبِّي إِنِّي تَرَكْتُ مِلَّةَ قَوْمٍ. You know why? Because I left the religion of a nation, لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَهُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ كَافِرُونَ. I left the religion of a nation who don't believe in Allah, and they don't believe in the hereafter. وَاتَّبَعْتُ مِلَّةَ آبَائِي. I followed the millah, the religion of my fathers, Ibrahim وإسحاق ويعقوب. ما كان لنا أن نشرك بالله من شيء. It is not befitting for us that we do shirk with Him, associate partners with Him. ذلك من فضل الله. That is a favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala علينا, on us, وعلى الناس, and on mankind, and all of them. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يشكرون. But most people are not thankful. You see, he's doing da'wah to them, but he's speaking, most people don't do it. I'm actually telling you, but he's like in a third person. أكثر الناس لا يشكرون. It says, يا صاحب السجن. Look at the way he, talks to them. Oh, my companions of the prison, prison mates. My صاحب السجن, my beloved companions of the prison. أأرباب متفرقون خير أم الله الواحد القهار. Are multiple gods better or one God? Right? Rhetorical question. Right? He's asking them these questions, but they answer it. He's not forcing them into it. He's making them think. ما تعبدون من دونه إلا أسماء. Whatever you worship is nothing but these are just names, false gods, which سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم, which you and your forefathers just made up. ما أنزل الله بها من سلطان. But the one Lord has not sent this, there's no power for this. إن الحكم إلا لله. Verily the command only belongs to Allah. أمر ألا تعبدوا إلا. He commands that you worship none except Him. ذلك الدين القيم. That is the straight and firm religion. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. But most people do not know. يا صاحب السجن. My friends of the prison, right? أما أحدكما. Now he gives interpretation of the dream. As for one of you, فيسقي ربه خمرا. He will pour wine to his master, meaning after he finishes, he leaves the prison, he will be someone who's going to serve the king and serve wine to him. وَأَمَّا الْآخَرُ. As for the other one, فَيُصْلَبُ فَتَأْكُلُ الطَّيْرُ مِنْ رَأْسِهِ. He will be crucified and birds will eat from his head. قُضِيَ الْأَمْرُ الَّذِي فِيهِ تَسْتَفْتِيَانِ. This is a matter which has been decreed, has been done, for which you are seeking information for. قَالَ لِلَّذِي ظَنَّ أَنَّهُ نَاجٍ. And he said to the one who was firm that he was going to be protected. So Yusuf told the one who's going to go to the king, مِنْهُمَا اذْكُرْنِي عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ. When you go to the king, tell him about me and get me out of here. فَأَنْسَاهُ الشَّيْطَانِ. What happened? Shaitan made him forget. And ذِكْرَ رَبِّي. So Shaitan made him forget to mention this to his master. فَلَبِثَ فِي السِّجْنِ بِضْعَ سِنِينَ. So Yusuf ﷺ had to stay in prison for بِضْعَ سِنِينَ, for 3 to 9 years. He had to stay in the prison. I guess we'll stop right there. So one lesson we see here is that Yusuf in the work of deen, Shaitan will be a big hindrance. Shaitan will always stop you and harm you, but you should stay steadfast. So alhamdulillah, sorry for going over time. We'll stop right here, inshallah. We'll continue tomorrow. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum. We'll quickly finish up with the dua. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إنا نسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء أحزاننا وذهاب همومنا وغمومنا وسابقنا ودليلنا إليك وإلى رضوانك وإلى جنتك جنات النعيم. اللهم اجعل القرآن لنا في الدنيا قرينا وفي القبر مؤنسا وعلى الصراط نورا وفي القيامة شفيعا ومن النار سترا وحجابا. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.